You guys have been in the trenches. You guys know inclement weather better than
2 out of 5
anyone.
years, dude. We got blasted.
Most rain since 1901.
Last year.
Welcome to DC Peaks.
1901.
I remember that weekend. I felt so bad for you guys.
Dude,
I was
and
so
also,
pissed.
kudos just for getting it off.
Dude, it said the most. Say that again.
Slower.
Dim the lights. Welcome back to the next aid station. I'm your host, Jake Kilgore. Mick, co-hosting again today. It's cool, I guess.
Hey, over there.
Hey.
I can see you around this bar. What's up, dog?
Mick's behind the big mic. But today we got the big guest, Finn Melanson from Singletrack.
Honor to be here. Yeah, this campus is sick. This campus. I'm calling it a campus.
That's the first. I like that.
It is. We're at the One Home campus. So you saw the One Solar, but we're going through a rebrand the last couple of months, so we are now One Home. And Mick's not wearing his One Home hat as our featured key sponsor.
No, but you know what? I did just get a duct cleaning at my house. They go in, clean all the dust and mites out of there and crap.
You had ducks?
Yeah, ducks just nesting in my HVAC. Dude, you should have seen the shit that they cleaned out of there.
Duck?
You should get your duct cleaning done from One Home if you have not. Hit us up. DM me.
DM. Slip in.
Slip
right
into my
mix.
DM.
Yeah. Finn, is it Melanson?
It is, but I'm not one of those types that gets easily offended. So you can say whatever you want.
Hence, as a guest on the show, you're a fan. Okay, well, let me get this. You have a rock star. You have a liquid death.
Yeah, I didn't know you had that liquid death. That sounds like a party.
Well, you got to murder your thirst, so.
Murder it. Kill it. Kill the thirst. There you
have
go.
A coffee here.
Crack open the rock star. While we're cracking these open, I'm going to say we are kicking off the Cocodona weeks that dominate the ultra world space. We're kicking it off with our new sponsorship, Re-Lyte. We've got a gift of goodies here for you, Finn.
Wow.
See that whole box? It looks like a shoe box.
Yeah.
But it's like a size 4 shoe box. Full of goodies and a water bottle. We'll give you that to you. With, of course, the trail running book.
Sweet.
We'll go through that at the end. But Re-Lyte has come to the table as our key featured sponsor for all things Cocodona, which starts today, goes through this weekend as we travel down to Black Canyon. We've got 5 amazing interviews lined up for Saturday. So 2 days before the race, which we learned when you're racing, don't work all day the day before doing interviews. We made Mick do that at Javelina.
And I drove down there that day.
Tell the story.
I drove. First of all, have you ever driven to Phoenix?
It's farther than you think.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. Mix in a freeway. They don't have a freeway to get there. I drove through Vegas, and we're hitting like 5 roundabouts. East Coast
Rotaries.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got there, knocked out like 4 podcasts, loved all the guests, but I was dying. I was just like, I had a race in the morning. I just wanted to walk around and stretch and not do that.
That was like a race before the race. You had to endure the whole drive. Kids, heat. And then you get there and I'm like, dude, why are you late? We got interviews. And I'm just in work mode and you're just like, okay, Jake. Yeah. What was that?
I said, let's do this, buddy.
Oh, yeah. That's how I remembered it. It's exactly how I remembered it. Yeah.
I mean, I remember listening to the Rachel interview, and I thought you guys did a fantastic job at just pulling a lot of great insight out of her. And I think this was the point in her career where a lot of folks were still doubting exactly how good is she and how legitimate is this 200-mile scene. And I think she was trying to get sponsorship at the time, and she was a free agent, and that was just a great conversation. So
your podcast had just come out with Kelly.
Oh yeah.
And Rachel was like, okay. So this is all about me. This is a thing. And she had an axe to grind.
How about that quote that we got some millionaire athletes already in trail?
Yeah. That's pretty
I don't know
awesome.
who they are.
Killian.
Maybe you guys.
Well, there's us.
Yeah, us and Killian, I think.
Jornet. Yeah.
Do you say Jornet or Jornet?
I've been dogged on this for quite a while. I've been saying Journée, which has been wrong.
Oh,
So
come on.
talk about, I've been very
Stick
wrong.
with me.
No. Just admit you're wrong and move on. Correct your mistake. Repent.
I've been told in the comments multiple times that I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah.
What?
We've said
What does he say? He says it like all in with a.
Jornet.
But he's from Spain. Why is it so French?
I mean, look at our last names. They're not American.
But But his accent.
He probably speaks a few languages. Spanish being one for sure.
Yeah,
It's Jornet,
it's
bro.
Jornet.
What's your last name?
Garrison.
Militaristic.
Yeah.
Militaristic.
I'll have to ask my dad about that if I ever meet him.
Yeah, when we see Dad, we've tried to track your dad down a few times. He's for sure in a trailer park in Reno.
Yeah, but I'm just waiting. That trailer park's mine one day.
Mick's confident his dad is like a C-level executive at Apple. He's gonna leave it all to Mick one day.
I'm gonna get a phone call from a lawyer, and he'd be like, "This trailer is all yours, buddy. It's just got to get through this trust. Maybe like a year or so. The cigarettes, those are yours."
the push. It's not even a mower. It's just like the little wheel.
Oh, I get that.
That's yours too. Well, we've got a list of things to get through. If Finn can get it together.
I'm crying over here.
We have got a list of things to go through. My first note on the agenda was the NBA, who cares? And then in pre-recording discussions, you guys went deep on the NBA because we're all big NBA fans.
I'm one of your 2 listeners that loves the NBA. I look forward to those first 45 minutes.
Yeah. Well, great. We got 44 more minutes to go then.
And he brought it up.
That's great. Yeah.
Why did you write Who Cares?
Because I haven't watched it. I've watched very little NBA playoffs, which is historically my favorite time of year. But the Jazz aren't in. Steph's not in. I don't think Kobe or Michael are playing anymore. So I'm just like, I don't even know who I like watching.
You're not curious about the Lakers?
Not at all. I'm cheering so hard for them to lose.
Really?
Yeah, and they get up 3-0. KD sits out. Everyone's calling him a bitch. Wembayama gets pissed off about some concussion protocol and has to sit out a game. I just don't even know what to believe in the playoffs anymore or in the whole NBA format.
You don't think that this LeBron experiment at 41 years old is interesting?
I mean, I don't. He's very boring to watch for me. I think in his prime, he was electric.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And what he's doing at this age is Jeff Browning-esque.
Yes.
But I just am not a fan.
Okay.
Personally. He knows this. I kind of hate on LeBron a lot, but he is definitely...
You and Stephen A.
Me and Stephen A. We got a lot in common. So, I don't know. I think SGA's game it's not super fun to watch. All the flopping and the fouls and the refs giving him calls. I honestly just don't know who to cheer for. If I had a team or a player that I was like, I love watching that dude or that team, I'd be more in. But I don't. I'm just not feeling it.
You cheer for the Jazz. That's who.
I cheer for the Jazz and I cheer for Steph.
Yeah, but
Love watching him play.
done.
And he's past his prime.
He's on his way out.
Yeah, which is why I'm just kind of like, I want to watch the NBA so bad. I want to sit down and watch with my son because we love hoops. But then I'm like, the Pistons game?
Yeah.
Who am I going to watch on the Trailblazers? Like, who's fun to watch on the Atlanta Hawks? Like,
Jalen Johnson.
he's fine. He's fine. He's not like, I don't know. He doesn't get the juices flowing.
You're a grumpy guy.
Oh, I'm just being real, bro.
What do you think?
I mean, I still like it. I think it's fun to follow still. It is interesting when the people that have carried it, LeBron, KD, Steph, when they're passing the torch. That's the Wemby. It's hard not to have your favorite players shining,
Yeah.
but I'm still in.
I'll say this. If Wemby plays 18 years, he will have more titles than Tom Brady.
Really?
I think he goes for 7. I guess that would tie Tom. I think he goes for more titles than Michael.
Is it spread out like Tom Brady, or is it consolidated in like a 7-year stretch?
No, he can't. He's not going to win 7 straight. But I think he could win 7 out of 14. Almost like not quite like Bill Russell stretch, but I think he could win 7 out of 10. He's so dominant, and there's just nothing like him. And he's so young. I think he's that generational type player. I do think he'll win. And he's with a great organization. Like the Spurs will win titles. If he was at the Clippers, then he goes to Milwaukee, and then he goes to New York. He wins 0 titles.
Are they a great organization? Or are they the luckiest organization ever?
They say the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Luck comes with hard work, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. Here's Wemby. Here's David Robinson. Here's Tim Duncan.
I mean, you still had to draft him and develop him and
still had
coach
to-
him. And
You had to be smart enough to take Wemby.
Do you guys think Wemby works across eras? Like, given his figure, do you think he would have like survived with the Jordan rules in the early 90s, for example?
Oh, could you imagine him going up against Hakeem or Patrick Ewing? Shaq?
Yes, I think he would, but I think Shaq would have smashed him.
Yeah.
He might have been like a Pete Maravich, like ahead of his time and like ridiculed for his style.
Mehmet Okur?
This guy's 7'4", shooting threes. What's he doing out there? And just the whole media and the coaches just bagging on him.
Yeah.
Sabonis, he used to shoot threes.
And he
smoke.
could pass,
He was a
too.
hard smoker. Speaking of smoking, Sabonis was a hardcore smoker.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick that up.
And Vlade.
Vlade Divac.
Vlade would smoke a pack
Dude,
before the game.
Vlade, I love Tony Kukoc too. Like, I loved all these early Euro guys that came over. Tony kind of struggled a bit, I feel like, to adapt to the
They
game.
tried to make him like the European Jordan or something.
Yeah, because they hated Jordan and Pippen. Jerry Krause hated those guys.
Yeah.
And they wanted Tony to be the man, for sure.
I think Pippen, as great as he was and as much love as he got, I still think he's underrated.
Oh, yeah.
How would you rate him properly? He was rated in the 50 greatest players of all time.
He's just
How do you underrate him?
It's because of Jordan. He's overshadowed a little bit. When really, I think he's probably
Top what of all time?
Top 3 small forwards of all time, I think.
Which would put him like top 20 ever.
Wait, who else? Who are your other 2 small forwards?
LeBron?
LeBron and Bird.
Yeah.
And I do think he's slightly better than Kawhi. I'd put Kawhi 4.
What's KD?
Oh, I was thinking he's a 5.
Uh-huh.
I mean a 4, sorry. sorry.
Yeah.
KD could be a 3. But I look at him as a 5 or 4 as well. I don't know why I keep saying.
Okay. Anyway, that's my take on the NBA.
Okay.
But you're a Boston fan.
I'm a huge Boston
They could
fan.
make a run and get to the finals.
They can make a run. There are a couple hypothetical matchups between now and the finals that kind of scare me. Like, there's just, I don't know. There's people that I miss on that team that aren't there anymore. I was actually weirdly a Porzingis fan.
He's
Weirdly,
nice.
no,
If
I
he's
thought when
in,
they picked
he's
him,
nice.
he was
You guys like
nice.
Porzingis too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's in,
Yeah, when he's
great.
healthy, he's great.
Yeah.
That's I see Wemby and Porzingis as, because of their statures. Like, I'm just worried about Wemby's like physical health.
That's why I say if he could play 18.
if he can, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back,
you're probably missing Holiday too.
definitely.
Yeah,
His defense is just unmatched.
I'm also a huge Al Horford fan.
he was nice.
Yeah.
I love that he's stuck around for. I mean, he's what 18 years.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love the C's. Been through somewhat thick and thin with them.
The C's. Okay. Second note I had today, guys. I watched my first ever start to finish Utah Mammoth hockey game last night. Did you guys watch it?
What's the verdict?
They lost in
I'm
overtime.
a massive fan. I'm a fan. And all my kids, my family all wants to go. Bree doesn't want to go. She's like, I don't like fighting. She's been like that her whole life. I'm like, I get it. They didn't even fight, but they hit and they smash and they crack and they.
You just like one game, you became a fan?
I mean, I went to the Grizzlies games,
Yeah, me too.
but watching, I mean, I just think anything playoffs, if that's your team and they're in the playoffs, it's fire, dude. Like the fans were standing, whipping towels, loud the whole time. They got down 3-0 in the first period. Vegas is up 3-0 in the first period. And I'm like, well, I'm glad we didn't go to the game. Unless, of course, they come back and win, then we wish we would have been there. By the fourth period, we're up 4-3.
Fourth period in a game with 3 periods.
Did I say fourth period? Sorry. In the
But
third period.
They did go to overtime.
In the third period, we got up 4-3 with like 5 minutes to go. Vegas scored 4-4, goes OT. This is my only gripe. I'm an early hockey fan. But in between each period, there's a 15-minute break. So I'm like, okay, it's needed. These guys are going hard.
But hit the Zamboni.
Yeah. But there was 15 minutes between the third period and OT. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already 10:30. Yeah. And then it was a 20-minute overtime. And it's tied the whole time until 51 seconds left. Vegas scores golden goal.
You stayed up till when?
Yeah, whenever.
Hell no.
11:30.
They're selling out games, right? It's been a huge success.
Huge.
Yeah.
Ryan Smith crushing it, dude.
We got to get baseball next.
Yep.
I always felt bad for you guys on the East Coast. I'm like, that's kind of bullshit. When sporting events start, I'm like, I'm tired.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
They start
it's
Monday Night
2 in the
Football.
morning.
Monday Night Football was brutal. NFL Sunday is incredible being in a Mountain or Pacific time zone.
It's
you're,
perfect,
You're
right?
done with the day by like 7 p.m.
Yeah. Starts at like
fantastic.
11, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right when you wake up and start drinking.
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Rock stars, of course.
Why are they hating on the East Coast so bad?
I don't know.
I'm sure they
West Coast snobs.
Numbers. They got numbers. Okay, well, that's my Mammoth story. NBA recap quickly, and then now, okay, we'll jump into some trail running, which, of course, Finn can probably provide way more light than us.
Well, hang on a second.
Okay,
He was fantastic at the NBA. I think he
of
was.
course.
So we
Should we just roll with the NBA this whole pod?
Yeah,
Anytime.
I'm just saying. Man of many talents.
Yeah.
We don't need to just talk trail running.
Well, we brought Finn in because we got lots of Cocodona to cover.
This is the greatest time of the year.
We've been saying it for years. We're like, Cocodona just owns an entire week. Much like UTMB. They just own the whole week, Monday to Sunday. But then everybody else is like talking about it the week before.
Yeah.
And then the week after. So it ends up being 3 full weeks of, I think Western gets that, UTMB gets that, and Cocodona.
Yeah.
Who else gets 3 full weeks of every podcast, every post, everything?
I'm not sure. And I just love the timing of this because actually this is something that Leah Yingling was talking about on our preview episode a few days ago. This is one of the few races on the North American calendar that happens midweek. And people are looking for that excuse during the workday to just like tune out and turn into this. Whereas with other races, canyons, I'm looking at here, Madeira, they all happen on the weekend. We're all doing kind of stuff. We're kind of out and about, long run, stuff like that. So I actually love the midweek timing from an entertainment standpoint. I think I'm more tuned into this race than any other race in our sport because it's midweek and I'm sitting at my desk.
Do you think that moves the needle for any race director or anyone? Multi-day. Let's say multi-day. Like, do other multi-day events go, hey, let's take a note out of their page?
Well, I'd have to, you guys probably know better than I do, but like with like Moab and Bigfoot and Mammoth, like are those midweek starts as well? Or do they
Friday.
Okay, Friday.
They're Friday.
Especially if there's a live stream, I see a huge value in moving Mammoth to like a Monday. and then having the same like midweek entertainment experience.
And then they own the whole week. Well,
Then they own the whole week.
I can see that.
Is it the week
sweet.
after their festival, or totally different time period?
Yeah, and I think it's just a function of volunteer capacity and just overstretching if they did it all at once. But yeah, I had initially thought that it happened all at one time, and like the 200-mile race was sort of ambient while the 50K and stuff was going on. But I think it's like you've got the Mammoth Trail Fest, and then the week after that, you've got the 200. So the 200 is standalone.
A full week later.
Yeah, but I kind of like the idea if it all merged together and like the 200-mile race started, the rest of the events are happening in the middle, and then like you bookend with the finish for the 200 as well.
Are there any similar aid stations? Because that's 200 versus a 50K. It's like, yeah, there's 2 aid stations that we can double up.
I think so.
You know, I don't
but
know.
I mean, a lot of the 20, and again, I've never been out there yet. I want to go, but I'm pretty sure like the 25K, the 10K, the 50K, they're pretty consolidated in the ski resort, and then that 200-mile course, which is a beautiful single loop. I mean, you're going out way east of Mammoth Lakes and touching stuff. Yeah, so different courses for the most part.
Okay.
There might be like 20% similarity here. Yeah,
I'll say I did have a
I
couple.
want to do it.
A couple
You should do
crew/pacer people that are always on my squad who are like, dude, I can't be gone all week. Like, I can't support you all week. Like, why the heck does the race start on a freaking Monday? I'm like, bro, because it's a 6-day race.
Yeah.
And so he was like, but I can't get one weekend? Like, anyway, he's kind of complaining. But I was like, that would be at least one of the downsides to the race not even happening on the weekend at all.
I mean, you guys are race directors with DC Peaks. If you guys were to do a multi-day race, 200-mile race, would you guys be intimidated by like the volunteer recruitment piece of it? Do you guys feel like you could get the staff to pull this thing off?
I think that would be a problem in midweek.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to fill it as is.
Yeah.
I mean, especially around here where like Sunday is kind of a different thing in Utah.
Yes.
Like, it is a thing.
Yes.
Whether you want to, if you're a part of the LDS community or not,
It's a Sabbath.
you're pulling from people, right? Or you're using parks that are like, hey, it's Sunday. Like, it's a thing. And we've had that discussion before. Like on Saturday, like we kind of got to get done, dude. We can't bleed into, you know.
I like the Friday, Saturday 100s because then you get Sunday to recover before you have to go back to work.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it does tend to make sense on a multi-day, especially a 250. And a 200 is questionable depending on which 200. But like Arizona Monster 300, you could like, that should be on a Monday. Just run the week.
Right.
I don't know. Schmud. But I didn't get a chance. I've been sick for the last 5 days. Yesterday worked out. Today worked out. I'm feeling 94.5% right now. So I'm about there.
Hell
Which
yeah.
is perfect.
That was our goal.
Yeah, because Mick just got sick. So we're good.
Should we load management this podcast today?
We should. See that cough right there? We're going to have to get rid of that. We're going to have to cut this
You
thing
gave
short.
that to me when I was like sitting on your lap in the steam room.
Well, you told me only one chair in the sauna, and I was like,
Yeah.
cool, then come on in.
Damn it, dude. Now,
Yeah.
you know,
I was coughing on you.
I feel so bad for myself. I have to run 27 miles and then 21.
It's terrible.
What are your sections for pacing?
I'm starting at Mingus.
Nice.
So whatever that, I think that's like a
107.
107, something like that.
Yep.
And then another one later. What am I doing later?
I don't know.
Another one.
Another one later.
That descent off Mingus into Jerome is, if you catch it, last year it was totally socked in for all the runners. It was crazy snowing and raining, and it was just cloudy up there.
I
But
was up there.
oh yeah, okay, you were there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, when it opens up, that is one of the most scenic and long and beautiful descents on any course anywhere.
Oh, cool.
It feels like almost European in
Really?
how stunning it is coming off Mingus Mountain. Yeah.
Are you able to
Let's go.
move at a decent rate?
It depends. I mean, I've done it twice. The first year I did it, felt amazing. Last year that I did it, it was super muddy. I was kind of in the hurt locker. So, and I was looking for uphill. Actually, downhill was just not feeling great. So I guess it kind of depends on just like where your legs are at and what your strong suit
I
is.
saw you at Whiskey Row.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw you guys.
Yeah, we saw you, yeah.
You look good coming in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another decently long descent off of Union and Camp Kippa. Like you're kind of going forever. But yeah, that's an amazing spot. I love that descent off Mangasob.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, it's
I think we'll start around 5 a.m., something like that.
6.
great.
6?
Oh, so you'll catch a sunrise? Like,
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're going to hit the Mingus. I got a couple Mingus questions specific. I don't know why, but I'm kind of stuck on.
take a shower there if you can.
I just decided that yesterday.
Take a shower. Yeah.
No, Sunday.
It'll be a huge revival.
Yeah, that okay.
Dan Green did that.
Yeah, so I saw that in his documentary.
How do they do that? There's just
They just hose you down. Just strip down and
so we have to shower together up there.
again.
That's fine. I mean, pacer duties. You do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how they just take a shower up there.
Yeah.
Why don't we have showers at
DZ Peaks?
DZ Peaks? Bro, you should have had showers on Antelope. Get all those bugs off of you. I'm so sorry that happened.
Yeah,
Dude.
That's crazy, dude.
We should probably
Address that real
Sure.
quick.
go into that
yeah.
for a second.
Yeah. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. I would say honestly, at the end of the day, like when the dust settled, for us it was more so financial. Like you just take a lot of deferrals, take a lot of refunds. Like we offered refunds for this because we felt like it was such a subjective decision. Like there are going to be, and I understand this, there's going to be the class of people that are just like hardcore ultra runners. They don't care about the conditions. They're there just to like complete it regardless of whether it's snowing, whipping wind, super hot, buggy. Like they're going to be out there to do it. I felt like for the most part of the people that were signed up, they didn't want to be subjected to what those conditions were on that day. But it still felt subjective. So because we kind of took it in our hands and canceled the thing, we felt like we should issue refunds. So I'd say financially it was bad. But I think for the most part, at least like publicly, it hasn't been too much blowback. I think people generally understood what was happening. I think most of our registered runners were local, so they kind of know that in a normal year out on Antelope Island, you just like don't go out there between like mid-April and mid-June. So yeah, I think because we kind of covered the bases of like refunds and deferrals, it was okay from that standpoint. It was mostly just like, hey, this is our first year putting this event on. If this had happened like in year 5 of our production, I would have felt even better because it's like, well, people already kind of know our product and they know that like this is just a blip in the universe. But like to have taken the race over from Jim last year, this is our first year doing it and we can't put it on, that sucks.
Well, and Jim, I heard from you, Jim would have ran the race.
I think so.
But Jim also attracts a totally different athlete than you do. Like you attract and bring in elites and sponsored athletes and higher level, we'll say, right? Like not Saturday warrior guy.
Yeah.
And so I think you are weighing different things as a race director than say a Jim would be.
Yeah. And I mean, the other thing, and again, I know it's a largely local race, but what I was worried about was this year creating like a lasting imprint that the Buffalo Run is associated with like bugs.
Yeah.
And I, as a marketer, I don't want to create that association.
Yeah, I mean,
I would rather just bite the bullet of canceling this thing than making that imprint.
Bro, this is our 6th year and it's fine. They will associate DC Peaks with a snowstorm, which is fine. It happened and whatever.
You guys have been in the trenches. You guys know inclement weather better than
2 out of 5
anyone.
years, dude. We got blasted.
Most rain since 1901.
Last year.
Welcome to DCP.
1901.
I remember that weekend. I felt so bad for you guys.
Dude,
and
so
also
pissed.
kudos just for getting it off.
Dude, it said the most. Say that again.
Slower.
Dim the lights. It was
Nobody.
I got
You know
excited.
what?
I'm sorry.
You never thank me.
Thank you.
That gave me so much stress. And the week going up to it, how was like your week leading up to that, where you're like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Every day.
That week probably sucked for you. Yeah.
That's
And then
how it
did
was.
you go out there on race day to just see like
we were going out there to monitor on the daily, and actually I'll say it kind of sucked because we had false hope as late as Tuesday. We were looking at the models and all this stuff and thinking there's actually a chance that they're not going to hatch. The only thing I'm grateful for is we set ourselves a Wednesday deadline, and we said that if the bugs haven't hatched by Wednesday evening, we're putting on the race.
Ooh.
And the bugs hatched Tuesday. And I'm so glad that they hatched Tuesday, because if they had hatched Thursday, we probably still would have put the race on, but it would have been hell.
So you did go out there on race day,
Yeah.
just to see.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
Did I make the right call?
No, did you go out on Saturday?
Oh, yeah. Yes. And made the right call.
You were like, oh,
Made
hell
the right,
no.
Absolutely made the right call. Absolutely made the right. I think.
You're just like,
I think. But again,
eating them, breathing.
But I fully understand that it probably was a controversial decision, and there is a camp of people who are like, you still should have put the thing on. What the heck? And I understand that we're not going to please everybody, and I think that for those people, they have very valid reasons for putting it on. But like I said, ultras are already tough. People are out there running 50 miles, etc. And this just felt like an extra layer that was just unnecessary.
Yeah, we put polls out leading up to the rain year last year. Literally, the stats were the most amount of rainfall in a 24-hour time period in Salt Lake City since 1901. Just happened to fall on DC Peaks Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we put polls out 2-3 days before, 2 different polls. And they literally came back like 55-45, 50-50. It was like, yeah, you just got to make a decision and just stand behind it and roll.
Are you guys glad that you put it on?
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
I probably wouldn't have been, but there was like a over 60% finish rate.
Well, but
So I'm like, oh.
We were never deciding, are we going to cancel?
Yeah.
We were deciding, can we do a high route and a low route, right?
Yeah, well, we were deciding, like, could we push it a day? Because it was supposed to be nice weather the next day. Yeah. We know that there's travel involved and schedules, and like we're like, well, that's a mess. Or do we just stick with the original day and do the alternate route where we stay low? Because we were definitely not going back up top again like we did year one. That was crazy.
Yeah, we knew we were out on that. Yeah.
So we put a vote out, and like you said, like, it was 50-50.
Well, we
didn't help us. I wanted to be like 80% of the people want to run it the next day. Yeah. I'm like, well, then thank you. That's so obvious. Let's just do it. But we didn't get that.
Well, 2 things on my end. I mean, the first, and I feel like people should know this because I know when we were going through it with our race, I had reached out to you guys, and you guys were incredibly helpful, just, bouncing ideas off of. And then you guys had even gone as far as like offering the DC Peaks alternate course to use, which we didn't go with, mostly because I felt like in the moment, I didn't want to totally change the product and go from like this island experience to trails in the Wasatch Front. Like, it just felt different. But you guys were amazing, just been really considerate. So I really appreciate that. And then the other thing I would just say is, excuse me, I feel like in these weird weather environments, the people that end up racing, because you mentioned the 60% finisher rate, there's almost like this like hardcore class that self-selects. And it reminds me of Barkley, where it's like Barkley is it is like the hardest race in the world. And the self-extraction rate is 100% over the 40-year history of that. No one's died out there. People have had injuries, but like they've gotten themselves back to the gate and back to camp. And the one thing that I'll think about for future years, if we ever have situations that you guys have, it's like, unless it's dumping snow like that first year, like if it's like a rain year, as long as you communicate up front, like what it's like on the ground, I feel like these people are going to, for the most part, take safety into their own hands and be really responsible out there.
I think that's super accurate. In fact, it was no big deal other than like the whole Wasatch Front, the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, that whole lower course that we designed. Runners could literally, like, if they're in between aid stations, just drop down into a neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
You have cell reception 100% of the course. Yeah. So a handful of people, a bunch of people, like in between aid stations, just like called their loved one and was like, dude,
get an Uber.
I'm out. Come grab
Amazing.
me. I'm in. I'll drop down to this neighborhood. Just grab me.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they ultra runners are very resourceful. Most of them are very prepared.
Yes.
Like more prepared than sometimes we give them credit for. But now we're seeing all these races reroute, cancel. This year has been kind of wild already.
Crazy.
Is it happening more often because there's more races, or because we have more media coverage to know about it, or because we're scared of getting sued? And then is a combination of all of that? Because you have to imagine, like, in the last 30 years of ultra running, they've probably experienced a lot of these weather things already, right?
I mean, I'd be curious to get your takes too. Obviously, there's a lot of reasons. I'm guessing the one that I'm fixated on right now is, I think one of the consequences of the sport growing is that the people who are coming in are truly happening upon our sport for the first time, and they don't likely have that like mountain experience, outdoor background experience that I think the first initial waves of our sport did. And you sort of, as a business person, I'm assuming you want to like accommodate that. And so I know like when Killian Jornet, earlier this year he put out a blog post, which was like the top 10 like aspects of our community and our sport that he is focusing on right now. And one of the things that he's focusing on is the death of technical races. And he attributes the death of technical races and races getting generally more easy to the fact that the sport's growing, it's a bigger tent, but to accommodate all of that demand, races are getting easier. A lot of them are.
I think it's, I mean, I can't argue with him.
Yeah.
When I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I think that's a valid take. I think you're broadening the
300
net.
people on a ridgeline?
Yeah, no way.
Like crazy. All at once. Like conga lining it like Everest.
Yeah.
Stuff he goes on to is wild.
Yeah.
Dude, anytime he drops a GoPro thing from up top, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
And he like goes by himself.
He's
like, I'll be back. I'm just gonna go do 100 miles on these crazy ridge lines.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's probably a combination of all that stuff. But when we look at our runners of all, everyone listed in our 50 miler, you scroll to the bottom of Ultra Sign Up, and you're like, zero results. Like, to your point, a lot of people coming into the sport, and until this year, they could just sign up for Cocodona. Like, there's not a requirement, right, at Cocodona?
I don't think so. I
think you just sign up, dude. Go knock out your 124-hour finish. And
a part of me wonders if the required, I'm still not totally sold that required gear lists are always the best for safety, because like Barkley has no required gear list. And yet everyone at that race over 40 years has taken it upon themselves to like get it done.
But look at the entrant, how you get into
self-selecting.
the race.
Yes, I know. That might be a better filter for safety.
If you're
who's it on? Is it on the runner or the race directors? Like, you're a grown-ass adult. I need to tell you what to take out in a rainstorm?
Unfortunately, you do.
Who am I?
I think you try. I mean, you make an
it's
effort.
just interesting, though. I'm like, why? I will. I know that. But I'm like, why should I have to? It's good. Like, you're alive, right? Cool. So you have the Weather Channel like I do. We have a race. So you should check and see what it's going to be like.
Bro, like those last couple of people that came off the mountain DC Peaks year one.
I know.
There's a lot of those types of people in these races.
They're like, well, I thought Mick and Jake would have told me to bring a jacket.
I mean, I didn't know.
I can see both sides. We're the race directors. We're putting on the event. I'm down to do it.
Yeah.
But between us, right here, the three of us.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about?
I have some DC Peaks questions, by the way.
Required races, qualifying races. Do you think qualifying races should be a thing? Because Cocodona doesn't have any qualifying races.
With the massive caveat that I still need to do a lot of homework in this area. Like, my gut, sitting on the couch here, reaction is probably not. But I do think that, like, if you go to the race website and you go to like the YouTube channels and the podcast for the event, I think that there should be like a minimum amount of effort made by the team just to like outline, here's what we would do, or here's what we would encourage you to think about when you're stepping on this line.
Here's the suggested, like, we would suggest you have at least a 50 miler completed before you sign up for Hard Rock.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
And what are some other cool things that we can do to help them self-select better? Like making like Barkley makes the application process super mysterious. You have to write this essay. Like, what if you had to write an essay to get into DC Peaks?
Yeah. Well, the fact that Hard Rock takes 10 years to get into, if I'm the race
Boom.
director of Hard Rock, I'm like, I already know they're good. I don't need to have any requirement, anything.
The Hard Rock example is probably the perfect counter argument to what I just said. You know, like that I think that's a great system.
But that's one race out of hundreds. Most 100-milers, you can just go sign up for it.
Yeah.
Which I think, I mean, I'm in the camp of like, yeah, you're a grown-ass adult. You sign up for it. You better be ready. Better be ready.
It is interesting that Cocodona has no required.
I could be wrong, but I
Do you think it's like because of how it's run? Like there's so many spots that you can just drop out and be safe. Like be safe.
I mean, the crazy thing about Cocodona is the hardest part of Cocodona logistically is day one. You're going to see Mick and the crew one time in the first 80 miles.
yeah.
And you're going to be in the Bradshaws just with aid stations, but they're kind of in between pretty long. Like Crown King to Orastra is like 16 miles. So you're going to do 16 miles on the Senator Highway independent. But yeah, once you get to day 2 and day 3 and onward, way more frequent. We have this, these runners are going to have to survive like a pretty self-supported effort day 1 out there, which is super interesting to me.
Is that where, we'll jump into a couple because we're on it. Is that where the race, in your opinion, is like kind of won or lost? Is that first day because you're pretty much on your own? For won or lost for the, not for the winner, but say top 10. Like you can blunder your whole race, or you can set yourself up the right way.
I think so much comes down to the weather too. Like, yeah, obviously watching last year's race, the 2 front runners were Harry Subertis and Courtney DeWalter on day 1. Harry was just on a tear.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did through Crown King.
6 hours of Crown King.
Amazing. I mean, just, again, I have done that section twice. I would like.
What were your splits both times? You remember? I think
year 1 for me was like 9 hours. And then I think year 2 for me was 7:45-ish maybe.
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah.
But I think the delta there was the weather. I think the high.
Because it wasn't hot. You went faster.
It was hot, and then we didn't get dumped on rain-wise until like 2 miles to go before the aid station. So I was able to survive most of that like downpour that happened. So yeah, it was the delta there was just totally weather. Like I think I ran about the same effort, but just it was 40 degrees cooler.
I think last time I checked, we were looking. I don't know why I'm not getting internet, but last time I looked, we were looking at like 80 degrees.
Mm.
And then yesterday it went to 86 or 87 in Phoenix on Monday. Not sure why I'm not getting any
The day
love
before
here.
the race last year, I remember because we were just like getting dinner at Erewhon or something.
You got internet there, bro?
I'm looking up.
Okay.
What? It was raining in Phoenix. It was raining in Phoenix last year.
Yeah.
The day before the event.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh.
we were at Fane Ranch. You had already passed.
Okay.
It was terrible.
What were you going to say about DC Peaks while he's
Well, I
pulling
just
that
have
up?
a lot of questions. Like, are we okay to talk about it? Like, I mean,
Sure, let's go. I got an agenda, but it doesn't matter.
it's just fun to riff.
Let's go.
I mean, yeah, you guys are what? Is this year 6? Will this be
Yeah.
year 6? You're introducing the 100-miler this year, which is, I looked at it on paper, very exciting. I can't wait to do it one day. Has it been fun the last 5 or 6 years? Like, do you guys feel a momentum and just like an enthusiasm about it over the years?
Mick hates race day.
Hang on.
I don't think he has had fun in 5 years of race
Zero fun, sir.
It's gonna be
Exactly.
on Saturday and Sunday. It's 95 and 97 in Phoenix. On race day for the start, 91.
That's
It keeps going up.
a problem.
In 3 days, it went 80. Yesterday was 86 or 87, and now it's 91.
But
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, 86, 86. And
Yeah,
then
but you're
back-
not in Phoenix.
Have you watched all the content around Cocodona, like the long form stuff?
Everything, dude.
Did you watch the year 1 documentary?
Okay, not everything.
Okay, I'm going to send you the link for that because
Okay.
I believe that based on what you just described with those conditions, very reminiscent of year 1. And that was also the year where, again, test year, inaugural year, you don't know what you don't know. I think Steve Adderholt, Jamil, that team, like give a suggested water requirement carry for the first 50K.
Oh, yeah, like the 4 liters.
And I
or-
think in retrospect, again, you don't know what you don't know. It was way under what should have been the requirement. And I mean, everyone suffered through that. I think McKnight got rhabdo and had to pull
Year 1.
shortly. Yeah, year 1 shortly after. And even people like Versteeg, who were like hyper competent in those mountains, were struggling. Garmeyer, those guys. So if that's the case, I would really treat that first 50K like a through hike. Get a nice like through hiking pack, load it up with water that's distributed really nicely across your body, making it comfortable to carry. Like, take care of yourself in that session, because 90 degrees in that first 50K is going to be a problem.
You just got me very worried, sir.
Hey, slow down.
You make the
Just get
Lord
through
very
that.
nervous.
That is concerning. Because 2 days ago, I was like, sweet, dude, 80?
Yeah.
That's nice for Phoenix.
Dude, we had 50 last year.
Yeah. Now it's 91. That's going to change
But
everything.
DC peaks. DC
Okay,
peaks.
we'll bounce back to Cocodona. I haven't had fun on race day, no.
But how about like in the grand scheme, like around, like just year over year, like putting the event on?
Yeah. It's it's been great. I do like it. We were very excited to do the 100. But I really want a great experience for the runners, and I don't know why I'm this way, but like when things go wrong, it weighs on me so heavily. Like I can't help the way I feel. If I could just let it go, I would just let it go. But if it's bad weather, or if there's people that remove course markings, or just, whatever, it weighs on me.
Well, there has been something that causes a blood pressure spike every year that we've done it. And it just causes, more so Mick than me, but you, to like, not panic, but just mass anxiety of like making sure everyone's okay and the experience is good. That causes you to like not have fun.
Yeah, and also we have different roles. Like he's at the finish line, and I'm usually out on course. So I'm seeing, like I'm with them when they're lost because the course markings are gone, or when they're getting poured on, or whatever. And I want to fix it so bad that, like, and then we didn't sleep the night before. Yep. And and it's funny because we do all this, we make no money doing these things really, and so I'm like, well, I feel like shit. And I'm like, why are we doing this? I do have those moments. And then you go to the finish line and you see all these people that just did something epic, and their families there, and they're so happy. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's why.
Yeah,
it's badass.
Because you kind of miss the ending.
Well, when I
you're
get
in the meat, dude.
But when I get there and you see it and the vibes and all of that, and I'm like, and I've done it, and I know what they just went through, then I'm like, okay, I'm in.
In between the snow year and this latest rain year, did you guys feel like there was momentum and like less anxiety because it was like a well-oiled machine?
We had 3 years of 70 degrees, sunny, perfect years.
Yeah, that Grant Adam year was pretty cool.
Oh, that was so rad. Yeah. Those guys, yeah. So we had, that was fun.
Yeah, Adam Loomis' year was hot. Grant Barnett was hot.
Sabrina ran one of the years too, right? Sabrina?
Yeah, hers was hot.
Yeah, so Killian Korth won the first full year, and that was hot. Yeah, it was Killian, and then Adam, and then Grant.
Yeah, his showdown with Zach Gardner was awesome.
Yeah.
There've been some good matchups in the last couple of years.
We've had great matchups, dude. Even last year in the rain with
Eli.
With Eli, and we had some great athletes in the last every year. Actually, we had really good show up. Actually,
one of the hopes that I have in the next few years, and I mean, you guys have been like the flag bearers for it, is trying to drum up just like the local pride and the local competitive scene here, and like funneling everything to the bear. Like this whole bear tag system, I think is so cool.
It's genius. When they came up with that, we're like,
it's amazing.
Amazing idea.
I mean, one of the reasons I tune into this pod is it's fun to hear you guys update on that. And I think like as you guys get reach, as we get reach, and if we have the luxury to like cover this stuff more, I think it'd be fun to bring the same enthusiasm to like DC Peaks and the White Pine Backcountry 50 as we do like Cocodona.
Bro, speaking of Sarah Humble, last weekend, a product of the bear tag.
Oh my gosh.
She won White Pine 50 outright. We were there.
Yeah.
She won it, took first overall, and then goes and runs the bear a month and a half later, wins the bear 100, and then takes fourth at Canyons 100K, and a ticket rolls to Sarah Humble.
Yeah.
Hey, she's a product of Kaysville, bro. Davis High.
Is she from Davis High?
Cross country. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She's like in basically my neighborhood, like my same hometown right here.
Yeah, she's gonna be a star. Coached by Jimmy Elam,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think she's gonna be a star. There's been people like you guys who've been way ahead of the ball and celebrating how talented and good she is, and it's cool to see her do it. Like it translates on a national stage, international stage. Like Canyons is a big deal.
Yeah. I think Black Canyon didn't go well, right? She was at Black Canyon. Something
But it was
happened.
fixable. It was just nutrition stuff. I think she
Is that
just
what it
didn't
was?
have like her ratios dialed, hydration. And I know that talking with Jimmy, they fixated on it between February and now. And it's like, that's fixable. Like she's talented. If you can just get the intakes right, she's going to run fast for 100K.
Okay. I don't want to touch on, I have Canyons and Madera on here. I'm sure you covered it on yours yesterday.
I'm always happy to talk about whatever.
Usually I would listen to your Monday news media one on my run Monday evening, but since I didn't work out because I'm overcoming this
You're on
cold,
the 15-day DL.
yeah, they put me on load management right before my race. I'm just gonna say a couple things on Canyons. We don't need to cover who won or whatever. Everybody should know that because they listen to people way smarter than us. But in the next aid station, Fantasy Free Trail, I took 12th.
Close.
On Canyons. Mick took 25th.
Out of what?
27. So Madera, I got all 5 females correct in the top 5, but literally missed them in their correct spot.
Okay.
So I got all 5, didn't land one in the right spot. Mick took 18th in Madera in the next aid station.
Damn.
I took 21st out of 22.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is we're about to pick who we think is going to win Cocodona. Probably don't listen to these guys, Mick and Jake. Maybe pay attention to Finn.
I don't know. 18th and 20. I mean, for context, I bet there were, I'd have to check, I bet there were 500 or 600 people that played. So that's a top.
No. This is in the next aid station. There were 22 total entrants.
That's garbage.
Oh.
But did it sink in?
He took 21st out of 22nd out of 22 people.
How'd I do so bad if I got the 5 females right? I got no dudes.
Because
The dudes
I'll tell you why.
the guy I picked to take 5th won it.
It was top heavy. So
everybody
everyone
else-
was picking the same people, but they got the order right. It wasn't stacked like Cocodona.
Basically, you took second to last in Canyons. I took second to last in Madera. So people should really lock in when we're about to do our preview picks. Pay attention,
I did good
and
the
then
previous week.
and then don't pick our picks.
You guys, it's really hard. You don't know what's going to happen in these races. Okay?
It's really hard. And I mean, yeah, like our media landscape is just not sophisticated enough to be totally dialed in on like Katarina Hartmuth and Valerie Arsenault. And I mean, yeah, like we know a lot about Jasmin Lowther and Helena Faulkner because they're, North American, but it's tough. It's tough to do your homework.
For one, we've been saying it for years. You can't go to one place and get all the stats on that one athlete.
Yeah, there's just a lot missing still. I mean, we're still so early days in how we cover the sport.
Yeah, you got to go to Ultra Sign Up, UTMB, something else. Go to their Instagram, stalk the crap out of their Strava.
Free Trail's getting really good. Like I love their new on the head-to-head matchup thing.
Yeah,
Have you played with that where you can type in a name? Oh, Zach Miller and Hayden Hawks have had this many.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
I
Oh, it's
haven't
really
seen that
cool.
either.
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
I
So
like
like
that.
you could type in Jasmin versus Helena Faulkner and see the history there. Like, did they compete at Speed Goat? Did they compete? You know what I mean? So it's really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
the fact that they have fantasy, like Free Trail is cool. Like
Really
just
cool.
to be able to play
Yeah.
fantasy.
Oh yeah.
How long has Free Trail been doing that? Do you know?
I mean, I think it dates back to. I think they've been doing it 4 years, like
Okay.
2022-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, we created our own Next Aid Station League. It's fun.
It's cool.
I think people like it. They join and hop in. And
It's only going to get better. I'll
you know
say
who's
that.
you know who's dominating our league? Liam.
Yeah.
Next aid station.
Oh yeah.
Fireball.
Yeah. Aid station Fireball.
Aid station Fireball.
Next aid station Fireball.
Liam, there you go. It's next aid station Fireball. Go ahead and update your handle. Next.
I struggle.
Next. This is Finn with the next aid station Singletrack.
Oh, it's excellent. We got you some shirts. I had one made up for you.
Anyway, I just want to touch on those races. And then
We're in the dial-up internet era of coverage. Like it's only going to get way better than this. I'm really saying that. Like
very good analogy.
Yeah.
We are. Did you guys cover? Maybe it doesn't matter what you can cover anyway. Now that the golden ticket is done, like a preview of what we're looking at for Western. Did you guys cover that?
we're going to do, and I think it'd be fun to see a lot of other outlets like you guys do it too. But okay, I'm seeing the outside run stuff here. We want to do a power rankings episode where it's just like I come with my power rankings, top 10 men, top 10 women. Brett comes with his, Leah comes with hers, and we just sort of go through, debate why we chose who we chose. And then we revisit those rankings the week of the race. And it's like, has anything changed in their training, injury reports, what they've said on social? Is there any movement based on that?
Moving the power rankings. Yeah.
So
I
like,
see.
I mean, we have been hearing whispers for months now that some way, somehow, even though the Golden Ticket series is over, Jim Walmsley's going to be on the start line.
Yeah, you heard me say it last week.
Heard
maybe?
you say it last week.
He's in, dude.
You think so?
He's in. Hocus says he's in.
So that's amazing. I mean, I would like that changes my power rankings totally. Like right now, he's not registered on Ultra Sign Up, but like if between now and race day, there you go. Like that adds a total wrinkle into how we're thinking about it. Because if he's on that start list, here's one thing I know about Jim. He's at this stage in his career where his intelligence for race strategy is through the roof. He's unparalleled. And if he is registered for Western States, it is because he has the highest degree of confidence that he can win that race.
Otherwise, he's not going.
Otherwise, he's not going. He's at that point in his career where he's only going to be on start lines if he knows that he's in the best possible shape mentally, physically, spiritually to like get it
Isn't
done.
that his, like, he's kind of like Hayden in the sense that like Western is like, he's best suited for that race. Would you say
he
that's
knows.
Jim's greatest
he knows.
strength?
He knows the exact number of switchbacks on the Devil's Thumb climb.
I know, I heard that.
You know, like he had like just he knows exactly, like he's done efficiency analysis on like which sections of the like the American River to dunk into on Cal
Yeah, he's
Straight.
got like a spot where it's like, this is the fastest route.
So
Dunk in, come back.
Yeah, he was 10 years ago. He was already doing high carb before like it was mainstream caught on in our sport. You know, and we were all fixated on like low carb and like don't eat any carbs in a 100-miler. Like he was like, no, I'm gonna put down like 100 an hour, and like proof's in the pudding. I'm gonna go run 14 hours here.
Okay, so we've got these. We already know all 10 as of today. Top 10 women are all going back.
Isn't that cool?
Look at that.
That's pretty awesome.
Look at that field.
Yeah.
Fu Xiaojing, she'll actually toe the line for the Chinese.
Watch it.
She'll be there. When she signs up, she actually freaking means it. Unlike your friend, Lin Chen.
Lin Chen. There's 5 of them on Ultra Sign Up.
You know what? I should have won Ultra Sign Up for knowing that she wasn't going to race Ultra Sign Up. I should have won Fantasy Free Trail.
I didn't know you and Lin Chen go way back.
We go way back.
The mixed tie with Lin. Well, she goes by Chen.
I'm a big Chinese guy.
Big Chen guy. Okay. The men's.
Oh, boy.
We got 7 out of 10 returning.
Hans is going to do better than 8th.
I was just gonna say it's a big stepping stone year for Hans Troyer. I think there's a lot on the table for a lot of these guys. I think Seth Ruling is one of the very best just athletes in this field. And a mystery to me is Dan Jones. A lot of his performances, his best ones have not been stateside. Like he just every single year, it's like death taxes, Dan ripping the Tarawera 100K.
Yeah.
He's amazing. And I've always wondered, like, is he leaving his best performance on the table there? And does he have enough time between Tarawera and Western to run it back? And because I think he has the DNA to run sub 14 on this course. He is such a genetic freak and so strong. But like every year he's running in that like 4 to 6 spread. and it kind of hasn't. It's been similar to Emily Hoggett, where it's like you can count her in the top 10, but she hasn't quite gotten to that spot where it's like she's ready to win the race. And so I'm looking for Dan.
Is any of that attributed to travel, jet lag, not having the? I mean, they're elite athletes, so they should have the support at transitions at the aid stations, like unlimited manpower at these aid stations.
Yeah, or woman power.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, for sure. Just people power.
Jeez, Jake. I was
Unlimited.
gonna say thank you.
Unlimited people power. Yeah, thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, this is something that we were hearing about at UTMB last year, where it's like, again, as the race gets more international in nature and competitive, a lot of like the Chinese athletes, for example, just like different diet, for example. And when they got to Chamonix, there was just like uncertainty about like what to eat, what would sit well with their stomachs, all that type of stuff, the water. And so I think that it's a little underappreciated how difficult it is to like cross time zones, cross cultures, change up your diet, all that type of stuff for race day. So like I know, for example, Tom Evans, when he was getting ready for Western States, would bring like a rice cooker over, and he had like very specific recipes and stuff he was bringing here to get ready. So as the results here get way more marginal, and it's like 1 to 2% makes a difference, that stuff plays a huge factor.
we're gonna have ourselves a log jam, sir.
Bro.
We got 10 women returning, and then go look at the golden tickets
David Sinclair is in for the men.
Yes.
right there. But hold on one second.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here on the women's for 1 second. The women that won golden tickets, they're gonna be scooching out a good someone in the top 10. What percent of the top 10 are gonna return and finish top 10 when you got the likes of Jennifer Lichter, Ann Flower,
Oh man.
Riley Brady, Tara Dower,
Holy shit.
Molly Seidel? I'll probably stop at those 5. Those 5, Ingvild Kaspersen, those 6 won golden tickets, yet the 10 returning women, what 6 are you going to be like, oh yeah, they're not going to top 10 again?
It's so every single swap out, you could make a legitimate argument would be seen as an insult to that athlete, but you would also be totally right swapping someone else in from that ticket list. It's truly a toss up. There's 25 people that can win the women's race. It's crazy to think that, like, and for very valid reasons, we're looking at like Jennifer Lichter, at least in my camp, as like the favorite to win the race.
I
this
see
year.
in no world where no one has her. Like, she will be on everyone's top 10,
But then you
if
look
not
at
everyone's podium.
But then you look at Abby Hall and you follow her Strava and you see the work
Yeah.
that she's putting in, and she's not ready to lay down. Like, she's training like an animal, smart. She's in the Grand Canyon, which is a great place if you want to be a champion at Western States to train. She's putting it. I mean, she's doing.
Yeah.
She's in Auburn right now doing a training camp on the back half of the course. So like, I don't know. Everyone is doing what they need. Like, it's going to be so marginal this year.
Riley just won.
Yep.
Tara seems to win in podium everything.
Lottie is on a heater.
Lottie
oh my
brings-
gosh.
Yeah. I don't know how that field shakes out when you've got 15 to 18 legitimate women who are like, yep, top 10. Well, they can't all top 10.
Yeah.
I'm not great at math, but I don't think they can all top 10.
I'm a little worried, again, just because of recency bias. I'm a little bit worried about Will Murray and Ann Flower, who just had relatively tough days at Canyons. You know?
Yeah. What happened to Will, dude? Everybody had Will winning, podiuming.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, if you look at where he's been successful so far in the sport, it's been at these relatively flatter races like Javelina, for example. And the Canyons course is a switch up. And he did talk, I think he was talking somewhere about just how like his climbing legs weren't quite there on the day for Canyons. He kind of fell out of it from the gun. And so,
But he put together a good 6
still, I mean,
block of climbing.
yeah. And at the end of the day, finished like 11th. So, I mean, it wasn't like
Sure.
a wash. But again, like, I was someone who was thinking like, this guy his stock is only rising and he's a front runner, and he just wasn't there. So just interesting. This list, oh my gosh.
Is Poopy healthy?
Well, he's putting in the volume. I know he said problems with his upper body injuries. This
Yeah,
is like
shoulder
in hockey,
and
they just call them upper body injuries, right? Like,
Hey, I know how he feels. I circumcised my finger.
Oh my gosh, Anthony
I have
Costello.
I have 9.9 fingers, dude. I show you that? Look at that.
It looks pretty good.
That's how it felt 47 years ago. Same kind of pain, just a little bit.
You remember that?
Oh yeah, that hurt. Yeah, I hold a little grudge on that still. Just a little snip.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Circumcised my freaking finger, dude. Now I gotta run with that guy, 250 miles.
And everyone's gonna see it.
Oh my God, how embarrassing! Throw a band.
They're also gonna see my finger cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, on with your Francesco Poopy.
I'm picking David Sinclair in the top 10.
You love Sinclair.
I do. Just,
I mean, I can't
just
argue.
watch, bro. Hayden.
Wait.
Vincent.
Stop on David. Did he have a 100-mile finish?
I don't know. That's not his jam.
I don't think he has a 100-mile finish.
Last year, his big race was CCC.
Yeah.
Obviously, had a fantastic
Second place, right?
Amazing, and just an amazing field. That was a great. That race was at the front was well represented by the
Okay,
US
to be
too.
fair, CCC is kind of like same. It runs like 100 miles.
Yeah, I mean that's a
time wise.
Yeah, that's a 10-hour race for the front of the men's pack, and I mean we're gonna definitely.
He'll be
definitely sub 14 is on the table this year. So the jump is 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't see 100-miler.
I don't think he's done one, but the fact that he took second in his first ever CCC.
Yeah.
He's
incredible.
That's wild.
He's incredible.
But
he's Speed Goat. He's done work on that course.
Oh, yeah.
He's versatile. He just won the Canyons 25K.
Yep. He had the course record at Speed Goat for a minute.
Oh, did he lose it? He was under 5 hours.
Didn't maybe he still holds it. I thought someone got it last year.
And the course has changed a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
it
There's
did.
been just like a little bit of changes. Okay.
Yeah. It has a little tiny change, it seems like, every year. But I think the men have the same. You probably have the same argument with the men that you do with the women.
Yeah.
You got
This
7
could
men
be
returning.
the top 10 could all be from here theoretically.
Could all be from the golden ticket winners.
And like we mentioned, you don't even see Jim on here.
And then you add Jim.
Oof.
Jim will be there. Yeah, you got, Canyon, Woodward's been cranking. Anthony, hey, the last couple races.
I'm still here.
Yes,
I'm
he
still
is.
here.
Yes, he is. Will Murray, obviously, Hayden, Adam Peterman, David Sinclair, Francesco Poopy, Jim. That's 6 or 7 right there. So here's my question for Western for you, sir. Are we ever going to see someone win or podium this race who came from the lottery?
So I think it's happened once before on the women's side. Cap Bradley.
But I'll say,
2017. Oh, now.
Now with the golden ticket campaign and everyone just cranking for tickets.
It's a great question. I would assume yes, but only because I bet all these guys are still putting into the lottery anyways. Hello, McKay. Self.
What's up, McKay? Yeah, we're not calling it that crap. You know we're busy.
Yeah, I would be shocked if these guys weren't already putting in as an insurance policy each year just to get into the lottery. But
yeah,
maybe the question that I'm the most curious in is just how much turnover there is in the top 10 each year. Like, as you were saying earlier, how much of the women's top 10 holds position, how much of the men's top 10 from last year returning holds position versus like total overhaul. Like, I could see a year where this entire list of golden ticket winners replaces last year's returning top 10 or the ones that are coming back.
That would effectively be 20 elite top of the funnel.
Yeah.
Runners. Bottom of the funnel, actually. The very, very best in every single year, and you're looking for 3 of them. So the odds that someone's not on that 20 getting in through the lottery and then racing up front.
For sure. Yeah.
So, like, can we think of a name? Is there, I don't know that off the top of my head, elite runner who is not golden ticket, who is not, that would have to get in through the lottery. And like, yeah, that person, if they got in the lottery, had enough tickets and they had, 100 and whatever, 50 some tickets, they get in. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and I think Iron Far does if we're able to pull it up, I think after last year's lottery, they do like a notables that were pulled. And I wonder if there were any like elite runners that were in their notables list. Like I think like Sarah Ostazuska got pulled off the lottery.
Like a
2
Dan
years
Green.
ago. Like a Dan Green, yeah.
Like a Dan
Yeah, I guess
Green.
Dan Green is Dan Green's a great one. Yeah, he was on the wait list, and I mean Jimmy Elam's on the wait list.
Yeah.
He got pulled in the lottery. I don't think he's going to do it because he's going to focus on hard rock. But I think he's on the. I think he's like 17th or something right now on the wait
Is
list.
Jimmy good enough to podium this race? Top 10?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Jimmy's he's such a versatile runner.
I
Actually,
mean, really, they just need a top 10
yeah.
because then they get a chance to go back,
Yeah.
right? So,
I mean,
what
Jimmy,
about like Adam Loomis? Could he top 10 Western if he got in through the lottery?
absolutely. Adam just had a great run at Canyons.
He's so
7th place.
he top 10s, tops 5. I mean, he is in every race, dude.
Yeah. DC Peaks champion. Twisted Fork champion.
Truth.
He's a great runner. And kudos to him for investing in the big spotlight stuff, but also doing his duty on the local tour. I love that he's investing here too.
Yeah, he does. Kudos.
I felt like Jimmy was more suited. Like I felt like he would do better in hard rock than maybe I would pick him to do in Western. And he's fast as hell. I'm not saying he's
totally.
not. But I've seen him climb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We kind of covered him ish when he was on course record pace for Wasatch 2 years ago. He came up Bear Canyon to start that race.
Not like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He got to the top, didn't use poles. He was just power hiking with his knees, hands on his knees. Gets to the top. We're up there with the camera. We're like, this is fun. And I'm like, I'm going to run with him for a minute. Effectively, he dropped me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just climbed 4,000 feet.
Yeah.
At race pace. And I'm just supposed to be fresh at the top of this, running a mile or two.
He's like, I'm like, bro, your pace. He's like, oh, it's good. Like he was like, I'm like, yep. I've never seen anyone do that. He was flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Benjamin, but I mean, he was an excellent collegiate track and field cross country runner, and he was like a 10K champion in the D3 space, and he ran a 2:21 marathon at Chicago 15 years ago pre Super Shoes.
Jeez,
which I think
maybe he would.
Well, Super Shoes, that's like a 2:02. Yeah, I mean,
I would love to see him. I would cheer for him.
Yeah,
Put him in there.
No, he'd be great. And also, I mean, yeah, like he's a California native, so it'd be similar to like the Tim Tollefsons and Cole Watsons, where he'd be going home there to run.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Well, similar to on that vein of the Super Shoes, what's up with 2 dudes running sub 2 hours at London? Could you imagine being like, yeah, I just ran a sub 2 hour marathon and took second?
Oh.
I mean, the only question, because like you saw all of the sports scientists, and we have it all documented for years, saying that this is just like a firm. It's a fact of nature that like humans can't break this barrier, unless some artificial stuff is thrown into the mix, and they did it. And my question is, where does this end? Like, how far down? Like, in 10 years, are we talking like 145? Like, where does this actually stop?
Are we just agreeing that they are drug free?
Well, here's the thing. Independent of, and I know Sebastian has been talking in the media a bunch about how actually in his contract with, is it Adidas that he's sponsored by? I think it's Adidas. I think he's sponsored by Adidas. In his contract with Adidas, he negotiated in this like $50,000 budget to get like a bajillion drug tests between like the start of his training block and race day. So again, take that for what you will, but he's done a pretty good job at documenting and submitting himself to that process. But regardless of whether these 2 guys here are clean, I feel confident that just in the era that we're in, like it's possible to run sub 2 clean. And so then my question is, if you believe that premise, how far does this go? Like, have we just been imposing these unnecessary limits on imagination for years?
It surprises me that there has been that people putting that limit on that. I'd always thought, no, it's going to happen.
I did too.
Where do you
But
guys,
145.
where do you guys think it stops? Like where does your imagination draw the line?
I mean, okay, what's the pace on a 1:59:30?
It's like is it 4:35?
Okay. I could see someone running a 4:25.
So like modern 5K pace becomes marathon pace in 10 years,
Let's see what that is.
I could see that.
or 10K pace.
I mean, you brought up the super shoes. Like are they allowed super shoes?
Yeah.
They are.
Oh yeah.
So
There's like there are some like pieces of the technology where it's like you can't, like, they have to be there's like a legal process for the shoe that can be submitted to. Yeah.
so if
That's a 155. 155.43 if they ran a 425 pace.
okay. So yeah, I guess between the two things of
So 145, no.
technology and nutrition, they'll find nutrition that is legal that your body can probably metabolize faster and get more endurance out of it. Or maybe do these guys even drink anything during a 2-hour run?
I think they're taking bottles. Yeah, there's
Just
yeah. I
But
think their calories are liquid too.
would there be I mean, the science could go as far as like there might be a way to run the race and not have to take anything because there's a few seconds at every table.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I think apparel is going to be one of the next big things too. Like the radical airflow stuff for trail has been a pretty big game changer. And I was seeing Sebastian wearing some pretty exotic looking like a shirt for the race. And so I wonder if like they're going to start looking at socks and tights and shirts and headwear. And it's like all of that's going to be factored into.
yeah, I have a hard time believing that it wouldn't always get a little bit better, a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But with anything.
I mean, and this is an interview that I would encourage you guys to check out, but also the audience. Sidious Mag just interviewed this kid who was a year out of college, and he ran this no-name marathon in Ohio. There was no rabbit, no pacers, no one else in his like talent class. And from the gun to the finish runs 2:05. 2:05 and change. Like these guys at London at least had peers around them. This guy, and this guy has like no results to his name. Like he ran in college, but he was like injured quite a bit. Like it looks like he just put together a super consistent training block and ripped the 2:05 in the interview.
Flat course, like a
Yeah. Legal course, everything, like 2:05.
Oh, of course that counts. Unlike Boston.
He's a Boston guy.
I know. So stupid.
Yeah. I don't really know what I actually. This is the limits of my knowledge. I don't really know what goes into like why that wouldn't count. But
You gotta ask Tim.
Yeah.
Tim he's a marathon guy. Tell us.
But yeah, 2:05. This guy in Ohio, 2:05. It was just an incredible story. And let me see if I can pull up on Sidious really quickly here because it was really.
It was a wild weekend for marathons. We had London, Salt Lake had a marathon. Shout out marathon finishers.
Okay.
We got their medal and actually did all 26.2.
Vincent Maury, Mauri, 2:05:05. 24-year-old, Youngstown, Ohio.
Boy, well, maybe he goes out and gets sponsorship, and now we see him at. Was it a course that qualifies him for like Olympic trials?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
So he'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to touch on some Barkley things with you. You mentioned some things about Barkley.
Sure. I'll talk about anything.
We are freaking huge fans of Barkley, but we are huge fans of your Barkley videos, sir.
Bro. It was I don't watch ultra running documentaries twice. It would never happen.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Wow.
And then I went and showed my family.
And they left after the first minute.
No, they watched it multiple times too. In fact,
Yeah,
I just had
the
Christy,
Jasmin
our
Par-
accountant, watch the finisher.
Oh, really?
No way.
Jake, you got to watch the finisher.
She loved it. She know nothing about trail running. I'm like, you don't need to. You don't need to.
It's way more about. It's not even really a trail running story.
It's that's not what you get out of it. It's just this incredible journey and how just badass and tough and gritty Jasmin is. You can't help but not just cheer for her, but like you are like so emotionally involved, and when she just collapses,
Yeah.
you're like she she gave it everything that she had.
Yep.
And you know what that takes? It takes running in rainstorms through the night in Scotland. And it takes going back after multiple times where it didn't happen. And like, yeah, that was my favorite I've ever seen documentary.
Yeah. Well, if you guys think outside of trail, and again, not counting anything in trail, like what are the top 2 or 3 sports documentaries that come to mind for you guys that you guys enjoyed? And like, are there any components of those documentaries that you would like to see more in trail content? Because I have a couple that come to mind for me.
I mean, the Chicago Bulls, Michael
Last
Jordan
Dance.
one. The Last Dance is by far the best
It's
sports
amazing.
documentary ever made.
I wouldn't watch it.
You didn't
Ever
watch The
made.
Last Dance?
Because
I
he's a
can't.
Jazz fan.
Are you kidding me?
You
Would love it.
I would hate it.
No, you would love it.
I hate him.
I've had a
You hate
Michael
Jordan?
Jordan. I've had a Michael Jordan poster in my office for 15
So
years.
you
that hurt me, dude.
The 90s was, yeah.
Yeah, man. That was my team.
He hated that I had a Jordan poster.
Were
in
you a
my
Byron
office.
Russell fan?
He was. You mean the push off?
It was not a put. He was already going in that direction. It was a light tap.
No. I no. Like sure, I was.
Because he's a Jazz player. Yeah.
Yeah, jazz player. No,
You know-
I was rolling with Stockton and Malone. And I don't actually think that the Jazz should have won the championship because Michael Jordan pushed off. I don't. There was a lot of things that went into it. But I'm like, I don't know if I can relive that.
So, like, one thing I loved about that documentary was I loved when they handed them the iPads. And it was like Gary Payton was talking about how like the series would have changed in that Supersonics 96 final if George Karl had put Gary on Jordan in games 1 and 2. Like the whole series would be changed. And then you have Jordan watching and like reacting and being like, the glove, I had no problem with the glove.
Yeah. He looks at, he's watching Gary say it and he goes, Gary said that? It's like, he just mocks him. And he's 60 years old and he's like, whatever.
And just
dude.
getting the context, he's like, 97 finals, what was driving me? Karl Malone MVP. I'm going to show you why he's not in this series. Like I loved that type of insight. And I wish in like trail documentaries we had like, if the documentary is about Mike McKnight or Killian Korth, like a big component of it is bringing in all of his peers and getting them to like comment on moments and like reflect back on like, oh, like that battle at Moab or Cocodona stuff.
I
like that.
100% agree with you. Here's today why it's a struggle. We don't really have athletes that talk shit in this sport at that level of like a Michael or a Kobe.
Yeah.
They'll say things to their peers, but they're not going to say it on a camera or on a mic. Today, there might be a couple things like they might say it like this. I'm going to go get the course record. Like I plan on winning this weekend and I'm going to win the course record.
Yeah.
But they're not going to say, Killian's not a problem for me. I don't care what Killian Korth is doing. I am going to show him why I'm the better runner. So I think
God, that'd be amazing.
I don't
Let's
think
go.
I don't think we have that yet in our sport.
Yeah, and like watching that the Jordan doc, like, and this was new to me, but apparently the whole rivalry between Jordan and Byron Russell started when Jordan retired to go play baseball. He came back to the Bulls facility. It was like in the summer. Byron happened to be there playing with like Ron Harper and Scotty and those guys. And like Byron goes up to Jordan. He's like, man, why you quit? Why you quit? Like, I'm just getting the NBA. I'm one of the best defenders in the league. I will lock you up. And then Jordan's like, Scotty, like, tell this guy to like get in line. Like he has no. And then Jordan remembered that. And he took that slight into the 98 finals. And he would tell you that you could draw a direct line from Byron getting ahead of himself, calling out Michael in retirement, bringing him back into the league. And then you have that moment in game 6. You got to watch it. You would love it. I mean, it would suck, but you would love it.
If he didn't run his mouth in summer hoops, Jazz would have won it that year because
Seriously.
Michael would have stayed in baseball.
Okay, I will.
Byron,
consider
don't
it.
call me Brian.
Sorry. No, I mean, cool to do Jeff Hornacek. Like, what a great third option.
Dude, one of the great white boys to ever play in the NBA.
For sure.
Just pure ball.
Besides Greg Ostertag.
I'm a big Greg fan.
Yeah, you love Big O.
Mix in a sit-up, Greg, one time. You ever heard of a crunch? Just hit some crunches. Crunch. Yeah.
But now, like I was saying before, even if the Jazz won it, I'm not a high school kid.
Yeah.
Like it would be like, oh, that's awesome. But I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to when Stockton hit that 3 against the Rockets
Oh, yeah.
That was sick.
to send them to the
That was
finals.
sick.
My ass got in a car and drove down to the airport and greeted them at like 3 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not doing that now.
Yeah.
No way. I don't care.
You wouldn't even watch the end of the game now.
I'm like, well,
You would have now. You're missing that 3-pointer. You're not staying
No,
up till 10:30 to watch a game.
I would stay up till 10:30.
How would you? How
I
did
stay
you?
up for the UFC fight.
That's incredible. How'd you know that the flight was coming at 3? Like, did they? Was that-
Everybody knew.
really?
There was like 3,000 people there.
Do you guys know the pizza establishment that poisoned Mike's food? Where was it? What was the?
Park City.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know which one it was.
That actually happened.
No, they don't know that.
Well, no. In the doc, they say that like when
he
they
thinks that.
well, but when they ordered the food to the hotel, like 6 guys joined the delivery guy at the door to hand off the pizzas
Because it was Michael Jordan.
because they suspected that it was Michael Jordan or a key member of the team ordering the pizza. Like, who else is ordering a pizza to this hotel at 2 a.m.?
I mean, if my buddy's delivering a pizza, he's like, "Yo, dude, I think I'm delivering a pizza to Michael Jordan." I'm like, "Bro, let me come with you, dude."
Yeah. Well, that's true.
I think it'd be more like fandom.
You would. I think you would love it.
You'd love it.
It would-
Okay,
you loved it, right? Sorry,
let
we're
me
getting
bring
off
this
course.
back.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I got a bunch of questions on the Barkley. One, how did you gain such high-level media access to the Barkley in the last few years?
It's actually really
You wrote a letter to Laz.
well. It's amazing how I mean, access to Barkley's first come first serve. You have to know the date for when to apply, and they literally take inquiries on a rolling basis. So if you happen to be one of the first people to send a request to get in
For media.
you get
Oh,
access.
it's the same way as the race.
Yeah, for the most part. And like, I remember 4 years ago, I tried to get in. I sent them an email 3 months pre-event, what I thought was 3 months pre-event, and they were like, "You're too late. We were accepting applications 3 months ago."
Mm-hmm.
They actually told you you're too late?
Yeah, they told me I'm too late.
surprised that they even
Responded.
responded.
Too late. So access is actually pretty fair if you're just like quick to the jump. Yeah.
Okay, that's got to be something you plan on doing every year. Your coverage of Barkley
Probably.
is the best, dude.
Probably, but also like I'm kind of a vibes guy in the sense that it's hard for me just to like recycle a production if I'm not stoked on it. So like if I've already felt like I've extracted everything that I can get out of that excitement wise, let someone else go in who has a different perspective.
And you kind of just, for lack of a better term, fell into the Jasmin story.
So lucky. I mean, we were there actually on a project with Brooks to film Joe McConaughey, who's going to win this year's Cocodona 250, and and he basically like broke his ankle in the second lap. And our project is just like right there up in flames. And Drew Darby and I are on the ground, and we have a moment where we're looking at each other, and it's like, do we just like hop the next flight back to Salt Lake, or do we like stick here and keep the cameras rolling? And something in our spirits told us to keep going, and we just kept things rolling, and we were in the right place, right time, and got history.
And then once you got the history, then you're like, this is the story we can pull out of it. And then you go visit her in her hometown and build the
And it also
finisher.
wasn't quite clean. Like we got a lot of other footage of like Jared Campbell finishing and Damian Hall and stuff like that. And I think we had a total of 6 or 7 minutes of Jasmin footage. And it's like, how do we take that with no pre or post anything and make it out of something? And that's when I started to think like, okay, well, what are some other documentaries that I like? What kind of role could like her peers in the space play? How could we pull like Courtney DeWalter into this? How could we pull Gary Robbins into this? Can we make the trip over to Scotland to get some after the fact, like here's how she lives her life type content? Can we go to Laz and get his takes? So, I mean, to me, one of the crazy things about The Finisher is it's a 48-minute film. And I think 41 minutes of it, we had to scramble for after the fact. Like 90% of the battle was like trying to secure footage from other photographers and videographers who happened to be there in like 23 and 2 when she was making her first attempts on the course.
How'd that go? They're like, cool or not?
I mean, it made me realize that there's a whole industry around like licensing footage. And I think if I look at our our budget for the film, like by far the biggest cost center was like just buying like 30 seconds of Jasmin footage from 2022 off of like a videographer that was there. It was crazy.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. So like if
more so than traveling to Scotland and
yeah, I mean probably like not totally comparable there, but like it was, what I should say is it was a cost that I didn't expect to get so outrageous.
Yeah.
And it makes me think like if you're in this game for the long term and like if we're at Western States each year, like maybe we do just like shoot a lot of footage and just keep it in a vault. And if people need something for something later on, great. And then I got to thinking like, oh man, like there's so few archival films in our sport, and maybe there's a whole play in the long term for like archival stuff where it's like, who knows what type of career Caleb Olson's going to have when the dust is settled, and like we should just keep the cameras rolling for him at every single race because we can make something like biopic.
you're
in 10
collecting
years.
basketball cards.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I think it's a blessing that you only had 6 minutes of footage for Jasmin.
I mean, because you can't go on course really anyway, other than like you get to the top or at the gate.
It's crazy that people tune into these films when you only get to see athletes at 2 places on course,
But it's
and
this.
one where they're like in action.
You hear it all the time. It's the story. You tell a good story.
Yeah.
The storytelling, your voice, like people talking and telling the story. That's
There were so many things working in our favor, like getting that clip of Laz being like, a woman's never going to finish. Well, boom, there
that was gold, dude.
You have your conflict, you have your curiosity gap. Does she beat those expectations? That just took care of itself.
that clip from Laz, huge part of making that film what it was.
Because then, of course, you have to resolve that.
Yeah.
Does she get it? Does she not get it? Why? And then Laz keeps like digging in the knife, and he's like, "Oh, like actually, it's mathematically impossible." You know, like it was just.
Is the finisher to date your greatest media production?
Definitely, and I mean, I think we also have to reckon with the fact that it's the likelihood is we never come close ever again to making anything in that sphere. You know.
Well, the one you made for 2025 statistically has done great.
Yeah, I mean, but I totally separate like creativity and story. I don't know. I don't put a ton of stock into views. Like there's things that we've done that have like 2 views that I'm really stoked on. But like it just so happens that like we really are proud of the finisher and it did well views, like engagement wise.
Why don't you put a lot of stock into views? How do you know it hit the mark if it's not based on views? What's the grading system?
Mostly it's like just like satisfying a curiosity I had about a moment in the sport. And if I got an answer that like I'm fulfilled by, that's good. That's a great question. I'm trying to think of how I would approach that. I don't know that like the last couple of Barkley films that we've made have just been recaps of the action, and I think that they're bound to do well because there is no information other than Keith's tweets. People are just looking for visual evidence of what happened, and that's just going to do well, like no matter what.
Yeah. Well, and you have the base following and subscription to funnel in.
Yeah.
500,000 views or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. It's a good question. I haven't really thought too deeply about it, but I should.
Where is Singletrack film and documentary going? Like, what's your vision for that?
Okay, the next project that I am so stoked on, which we do not have the green light on, and we may never have the green light on.
Well, hold on. You've said don't announce it unless you have it in the bag. I've heard you say that before.
I know, but
I'm going to break your own rule.
I'm going to anyways.
Okay.
Because if I want this film to be out there so bad that I don't feel territorial about it because we don't have it. But when Scott Jurek set an FKT on the Appalachian Trail 10 years ago, 2015, 11 years ago, it turns out that he had a film crew with him from start to finish. And they were also interviewing all of the key figureheads around that attempt, people like Topher Gaylord, Andrew Drummond, like all of these just like characters who made it special. And there was a film that came out on Netflix. It was like a film about all these like rich roll type athletes, like the vegans who do well, despite not eating animal protein and whatnot. And there was a hold on all of this AT footage for 10 years. It was like a statute of limitations for that footage. It got released in 25. So Scott and his team are sitting on this amazing story of him breaking that record. Like I think he came within 10 hours of the, like he just got under, and like that whole stretch through Maine to get to Mount Katahdin was very uncertain. Got the footage, and I so badly want to take that footage and make like an archival retrospective look at that record and what it meant for his career. I've actually talked to Scott about it. I've pitched it to him, and I think there's just a lot of suitors for it. I'm hoping that it gets made at some point, and if someone is out there is listening who has the access, please do it, because I think it'd be like one of the next most important films for our sport.
Is there a hesitancy on Scott's part?
Well, I mean, they're sitting on gold.
So what are they waiting for?
I think that my assumption is there are much more talented and higher powers out there that could take it, run with it, and make something great. They could make like a Last Dance style thing,
Yeah.
you know?
So you think they like the idea, they like where it's at,
But
they
they're looking for
found-
better talent, I would assume, which I don't blame them. Like I said, I don't feel, I just want to see this thing made. No, I think it's good.
Okay.
I see red. We're good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
So I just can't believe they sat on it for that long.
Well, there was some sort of rule set. It was like a statute of limitations around like this footage was associated with this other film or series that got put to Netflix. And once that released, they could use it however they want.
Mm-hmm.
But the story has aged perfectly. And I mean, if you look at like basketball, baseball, football, the ESPN 30 for 30 series, like that whole series looks back on key moments in those sports. And we don't have that in trail running yet. And this could be one of those films, and it would just do so well, I think. You know, history.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
You see it as a documentary or a series of 3 or 4 episodes?
Great. So funny you asked that, because I'm right now watching. Do you guys have HBO?
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's a new 4-part series called The Dark Wizard, and it's about this guy named Dean Potter. The best way to describe Dean Potter is he was Alex Honnold before Alex Honnold. He was like the Alex Honnold of the like 1995 to like 2010.
Okay.
And it's a whole biopic on his life. He died in a wingsuit accident in Yosemite in 2014. But they got access to all of his personal diaries, all these other documentaries that he was a part of, and they just like tell the story of his life in the sport, what his motivations were, how he like reconciled like being so competitive with like wanting to like practice like the art form of climbing. And
This is the guy that climbed the Moab Arch.
yes, Delicate
Yeah.
Arch.
Okay. Yeah.
And they talk about that too, like he was sponsored by Patagonia, and he climbed the Delicate Arch, and he lost his sponsorship because of it. And that was, I mean, the Salt Lake Tribune covered that back in 2006. That was so great documentary. And I would love to see like this Scott Jurek film or docuseries in that format. But you guys have to watch The Dark Wizard. It's so good.
Okay.
Did you guys watch the Alex Honnold one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just as good.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you what is driving you today in your platform, right? You became a race director a couple of years ago. Then you picked up, now you're race directing in March, June, November, October?
Yep.
Well, October, we talked about
Yep.
that. So 3 times a year you're race directing.
Yep.
Which is great platform. Obviously the podcasting, the media, the news stuff, documentary, and perhaps media, movie production stuff. Where's your passion lie in all of that? Like, if you could like lean into, I know it all works together in an ecosystem, and it's a great way to brand you and the Singletrack, but like, where is it where you'd like to lean the next 5 years, 10 years?
Well, the first thing I'll say is, have you guys heard of that study where it's like they looked at humans, and from a social standpoint, we basically have the capacity to socialize and keep about like 100 people in our minds.
I heard about that.
You've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you start to like think about audience in terms of like the thousands and the millions, our brains aren't built for that. And I think I have learned that lesson like painfully, where it's like with our podcast, we have had the blessing of starting to reach people nationally and internationally. And and it's fun and it's weird, but in a weird way, it's also really disorienting and not even that fulfilling. And I think when we got back into race directing, it was sort of like this recognition that the most impactful thing you can do is actually focus on like your immediate local environment and serve that community and do the best you can to be like a caretaker and an ambassador, a steward for it. And so like I would say like my biggest lesson in the last 5 years is actually like the local's the most important. Do what you can to come back here and build a business and a lifestyle here. And so I think in the future, like I'm the most interested in like covering the Bear Tag series and like the local stuff, covering DC Peaks, putting on events here, getting into trail building, getting into like, I don't know, like camps that just like help people tour the Wasatch and get into the sport here. So I don't know how you guys feel, but it's fun to cover Cocodona and Western States and UTMB. And it's a little exhilarating to like see your followers grow and stuff. But then it's like, there's actually like a really like a weird disconnection there. And like you get these I mean, I'm sure you guys get it too with the podcast where it's like you get a DM from someone who's based in like Fargo, North Dakota. And you're like, well, amazing that you listen to this podcast. It's a totally asymmetric relationship because we're talking into this void, but you guys feel like you're our best friends. That's so weird, you know? Whereas I would rather like we do for the Buffalo Run, we do these training runs in the lead up and I get to meet like 25% of the runners that end up doing the race on race day. And like, I never forget those people.
I told Mick that I went to the one.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. It's a really cool community.
You get to shake
thing.
hands and like, oh, like, okay, now I put a name to a face. You're not just a registration number on run sign up. Like,
yeah,
really cool. Oh, like and then I find out like, oh, like you're an artist or you're a mom or a dad. And like you're training for this 50 miler, but like you work the graveyard shift at Amazon and you're caretaking your kids the other 12, like you find these like weird times of day to run, you know, and like, oh, sweet. That's way better, I think, than this media stuff.
Okay. It is really cool.
And I would also say money-wise, I mean, like there's a quote that I can't stop thinking about, which is like, don't apply a 10 out of 10 effort to a 2 out of 10 opportunity. So like, I've also realized
we're doing that in most of our life.
Right. And like, and I just think like,
if you're through it, buddy.
Yeah. And it's just like, you're not in trail running for the money. Like you're in it because you love it. And, yeah, we love it. So.
Yeah. It's interesting. I didn't expect that. You're good for the sport.
Well, I did not expect that answer at all.
I just felt like oh, I'm glad that you're here
Nice.
in our market. And like that was cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that answer.
Thank you. Yeah. It's the truth. I mean, yeah, I think we definitely feel like we are on a content hamster wheel to a lot of extent. And we feel the pressure and the urge to keep pushing into like the hard rock stuff of the world, the Western stuff of the world, the UTMB stuff. And to be honest with you, I don't see us like pulling back from it, but I would say we are conscious of being like in that matrix. And every time we're putting on a race like Twisted Fork or the Buffalo Run or trying to put on Buffalo Run, that is like, you just like, you feel reborn, I guess.
To connected to that community and the localness of it.
Totally.
Because you spend way more time than we do, but so much time in the big world of, we'll say, the big three.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're talking about Tom Evans and Courtney, and it's like 99% of the people listening don't even relate to like their training block.
No, and
like,
actually,
there's no way you could replicate. Like I could never do that.
And I was just out. So like, you know, Twisted Fork is in a month, and the Forest Service is under like huge constraints right now, budget wise, staff wise. So they've basically just punted trail maintenance for the Great Western Trail, which is from Big Mountain Pass to like the radio towers there in the Jeremy Ranch neighborhood. Again, no fault of their own. They're just understaffed. And so like I was out there the other day clearing some blowdowns, and I out of the blue, I meet this guy, John Langford, 70 years old, still getting after it, like aiming for a sub 12-hour finish at Twisted Fork. And it's like, that guy is just as cool, if not cooler than Tom Evans. Like amazing. I hope I can be chasing cutoffs. Speaking of the cutoff, like at his age, amazing. So like, it's just cool to humanize the whole sport a little bit more.
I had that exact same thing at DC Peaks this year.
Really? Tell me about it.
I can't remember her name. There was a woman who was miserable conditions, and she was in the back of the pack, and I was watching closely. I was like around the halfway point. I was watching closely runners to see if they were hypothermic. We're going to pull them from the race. In fact, Cheryl Meltzer was her pacer.
Yeah.
She did a ton of the race too. You don't really think
Carl's
about Carl's
wife.
wife. You don't really think about the hell that the pacers were in too. Anyway, she was like, please don't pull me. I'm going to be the oldest person to finish your race.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, are you? And she's like, she took me aside. She's just like soaking, freezing.
Yeah.
She's like, just let me finish. I wish we had a documentary of this.
That would be really cool.
Of this effort.
Uh-huh.
She's like, please do not. So I'm like, all right, I'll go to the next aid station. I'll meet you over there.
Also, our podcast.
Trademark.
Mm-hmm.
So she went over there, and she just had this incredible attitude and this grit. And she went in, got her food.
Jill Boney.
Jill Bonnie.
Mm-hmm. 61.
Okay.
That's her.
Well, as you can see, I thought she was done. And I don't know how she did it. If I was in her position, I don't think I could have done it. And she did it, man. She freaking kept going, and she finished that race, and she got his phone and called me.
So she meets me at the finish line, and she's like, I need to call Mick and tell him I finished. She had this whole experience with Mick at the halfway point.
That's why you're still in it.
I was emotional, man. I was like, I thought about this woman who I'd never met. Maybe I had,
For the
but
next
I
8
didn't know.
hours.
Maybe I met her at Packet Pickup or something. But like, yeah, I was thinking of her, and I knew the journey that she still had to go on. I was just like, holy shit, man.
Bro, you know who she was at Packet Pickup? I don't know if I've ever told you this. She came up to me and was like, hey, can you load the lower course for me? Can you load it on my phone into my Gaia app or onto my phone? I don't know how to do that. And I was kind of tripping like,
yeah,
dude, you don't know how to get okay. I'm like, you got to download this app. And I did Gaia.
No, I didn't know that.
I did the whole thing for her. I put it on her phone at Packet Pickup, and she ended up being the same person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So my parents don't understand trail running. Like, it's just not they're big sports fans, huge Celtics fans. Don't understand trail running, and I was trying to like help them understand what Jules and I do with event directing, what you guys do. And my dad's like thinking about it, like, oh, like you guys are in the transportation business. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, like these people are clearly signing up for something. They're not sure if they're going to finish. Like, you are giving them the forum to try to like transcend their limitations and be a better version. You're in the transportation. I'm like, oh, that's cool little hippy dippy way to think about it.
That is great, dude. We are in the transportation business. Yeah. All right, we're back. After a short battery swap out and pee break. Finn, did you wash your hands?
I did not.
Oh, hell yeah.
My guy. Well, yeah, it's Tuesday. I don't wash my hands on Tuesdays.
Bro, okay, I was just saying, I'm like, and we went into the bathroom together. So I was like,
Obviously.
I'm obligated to wash my hands now.
Jake's watching.
If I'm at home and I just go pee, I'm not washing my hands.
Why would you do that? Your hands are dirtier.
I'm just peeing. That's all.
Okay,
just go in and pee, and I'm at home.
Your hands
Nobody's washing their hands at home after they pee. Get out of my face.
Your hands are dirtier than your Johnson. Do you wash your Johnson after you touch it with your dirty hands?
It's being washed when I touch it.
Oh, so you're saying wash your hands before you go pee?
No, I don't wash my Johnson after I pee.
Well, your hands are dirtier than your Johnson.
But you don't go around shaking someone's Johnson. You shake. You shake hands.
Nice to meet you.
No, you go around and shake someone's hand, so it'd be nice if they had clean hands.
I'm Johnson. Nice to meet you, Pete.
But I'm not shaking anybody's hand at home. In public, you wash your hands. At home, you don't.
That's how we live at the Garrison home. Don't wash your hands, son. What are you doing?
Oh, I make them wash their hands. They're gross.
Okay.
Pee just all over, anywhere but the toilet.
Just everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, onward.
Ugh. Washing hands. Overrated, I guess, if you're a Garrison. Speaking of, Cocodona and my circumcised finger, the cutoff. Did you guys watch the cutoff?
Nope.
Finn, have you
Did.
seen the cutoff
I
yet?
did. I watched it.
I watched it opening night.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
That was a long pause.
Yeah, I because I want to say I liked it. I enjoyed the stories at the back, and I enjoyed the purpose of the cutoff. I wondered if, and maybe there's some insight into this, or maybe it's just me speculating. Did they kind of fall into that? Like, I don't think they set up shop on Monday. Hey, we're going to create a documentary and a movie about the back of the pack.
Mm.
That's why I paused. I feel like it didn't, and I could be totally off,
Yeah,
and Jamil can correct me, or Dylan can correct me.
Yeah.
I feel like perhaps they were there for a different reason. Like Courtney or the women front pack. And then it ended up being like, hey, kind of like your Barkley story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're here.
Serendipitous.
We have the week. We've got cameras and crews and drones and all this da-da-da-da-da.
Still backup story.
Courtney dropped at Mingus. Can we repurpose all of this?
Mm.
That's what my gut is telling me. Do you have any thoughts or insight into that?
Interesting theory. The only thing I know for sure, it sounds like my guess is they pick a theme each year, and like the chase was the top front of the men's field, cutoff back of the pack this year. I've been following Dylan Harris on Instagram the last couple months. It looks like they're investing heavily in a women's focused front of the pack film this year, because I saw he went and traveled to go see Rachel Entrekin, all that type of stuff. Like, so that's cool.
Same.
Yeah.
So I heard that.
Okay.
About a month ago. And that's where I came up. I kind of put a couple pieces
So
together.
you thought the women's field was going to happen last year?
Yep.
Okay.
And it would only make sense in our community of trail running, of equality, and 50% women and men in races, and elevating the women's race, and all these things that we're doing in the sport to create equal opportunity and equality. And all those things are great. So I can see, hey, we just put out this banger of a movie called The Chase with these 5 dudes. Shouldn't we do one about the women?
What do you think?
That's what I think happened.
Okay.
Massive speculation.
Kind of glad that one didn't happen last year, because, well, I mean, yeah, there were some theatrical moments out there, like Courtney leading and then dropping, and then Rachel not even knowing that she's front running until like Fort Tuttle. That's cool. But I'm grateful that it didn't happen, because I think that this women's field this year is way more compelling.
Agreed.
It is.
Agreed.
And then there's just one more year. And then we've had like the Courtney Rachel narrative build up in the past year. We got to see a little preview at Chianti, and now this.
Yeah.
And this could also be a year. I mean, I think that for Cocodona, if you had to ask me what I think the safest bet is, with the acknowledgement that everything in that race is so uncertain, anything can fall apart at any given moment, I think that the safest bet for this year's Cocodona is that Courtney and Rachel are on the overall podium.
Ooh. I like it.
So I think there's just a couple of like special factors at this year's race. It's not just a film about the women's race. It's the fact that I think that the star power on the women's side is so much bigger than what's on the men's side, that like Courtney and Rachel are both better than most of the men out there.
Yeah.
So
reviewing the men's field, I didn't come away with a Courtney Rachel feel of like, it's kind of these two and everybody else. I didn't I don't feel that way on the men's side.
Joe is legit, and he's great across all distances. He's one of the best in the sport across all distances. He's won Cocodona before. Cocodona is not even the longest thing he's ever done. He's got FKTs on these multi-week long trails. So he's just like incredibly diversified, talented. Some of his best results ever have been in the last 1 to 2 years, including a golden ticket at Black Canyon, one of the most competitive races on American soil. So he's got the bona fides. But then, yeah, I think there's a lot of, I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I think there's a lot of people in the men's field who are like my category of competitive, where it's like they're good for like the back half of the top 10, but I don't see, with a few exceptions, that like star power there. I just don't.
I totally align.
We're missing Arlen Glick. We're missing a younger Jeff Browning. We're missing Ryan Sands. We're missing, Dan. We're missing, of course, Dan. Yeah.
Thoughts?
It's interesting. I looked at this and I actually had a hard time picking within the top 10. It was kind of easier for me to get my top 10, but to sort them was very difficult for me. So I guess that could go to the point of what you were saying, like it's not an obvious podium. I felt, I mean, I struggle with all of it. This field is stacked, dude. And in 250 miles, so much carnage can happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you're kind of picking your top. Okay, so I text you each.
I got my picks
last night, top 10, and then I did my top 10, and I got going on my top 10 women. After I did top 10 men, I went to women's, and after 5 or 6, I was like, maybe we should just do top 5.
I'm down for top 5.
You guys want to go 5 and 5, or you want to go 10?
Our top 5 are probably different.
Okay, let's go 5s.
Okay.
5 men, 5 women. I think that's what Free Trail will end up doing.
Okay.
Because I think they kind of only do 10 if it's like 1,000 runners.
Yeah.
So we'll do 5 and 5, but obviously we're going to talk about a ton of different names.
Oh man!
Did you guys know that the Cocodona lottery opens up on Friday?
Wait, this Friday?
This Friday,
before the race.
May 1.
That's smart.
Okay.
There's like a several week window to put in. Are you going to put in?
He's doing Mammoth. Oh
no, I'm going to put in. I'm going to put in.
Yeah,
I'm going to put in. I've thought about Mammoth. I've thought about, but Cocodona. I'm
You'll go back.
I'll go back.
You took 6th?
6th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, 66, 65.
66.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Bro, super nice. And you've done it twice or 3 times? Twice. So you'll put in for next year. They'll have over 1,000 entrants. Here's you touch on these as well. What is this year's Cocodona live stream, live coverage, social coverage going to do from a media standpoint if Killian Korth backs up his crown and wins it? Because we've talked about it. Everyone knows about his massive explosion on social.
Oh, yeah.
He went from 2,000 followers to 30,000, and
70.
Now he's at 70.
Yep.
If he wins Cocodona, does he go to 100,000 in the month of May?
Easily. Yeah, he's at probably at 150.
He doubles.
I think he doubles.
In 30 days.
Yeah, I think he doubles in 30 days. I think there's going to be probably we were debating this on our show about the number of unique views at this year's Cocodona. Last year, total views, not unique, total views was about 800,000 over the 6 days of coverage. My prediction is that doubles this year. It's about 1.6, and I think it's maybe 100,000 uniques. So
which continues to snowball.
Yeah.
Which would snowball any of the front runners winners.
Totally. Yeah.
That's so fun, dude. So fun for all of them. Not me.
I think it's going to start to approach Western States levels of attention.
I hope so.
And then I do actually believe in the long, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm rooting for Western State. I'm rooting for every event in the sport that's trying to have a presence out there for the general population. But I think based on just some of the characteristics of Cocodona, I do think in the long run, it has this advantage to just hit stratospheric growth and just like really seep into the general population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of look at Aravaipa as the standard.
Oh yeah.
and it's very easy to cheer for them.
Yep.
Everybody already wants to do Western and
Yeah.
and UTMB,
Yep.
Hard Rock. So to have a fourth one creeping on them, I guess you always talk about Leadville too, but I don't consider that the same.
And I think this is going to be one of the first events in our sport where actually it's not that people want to go run Cocodona, but people want to be fans of it. And I feel like in most areas of ultra running, there's less fans and more just participation demand. But this is going to be one of the first events in our sport that creates just like pure fans of it.
Yeah, that's me.
Which is you. Which is you. And yeah, and that's a lot of people.
Moab 240 did that.
Sure.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
At 15.
Yeah.
This is next level.
Yeah.
Totally next level, in my opinion, with the live stream, the coverage, it takes it to another level. So this race has 409 runners, 280 dudes, 127 females, 2 non-binaries, which is interesting because Ryan Montgomery's in it, but he's...
Wait, is Ryan in it? I thought he
didn't
was...
Did he
see
drop?
that.
I think he might have dropped to clear for Western States.
Okay. Because I was like, wait.
Which I think is new-ish.
I'm like, okay, because the 2 non-binaries I would just realize is not him.
Okay.
And maybe I had... Okay, maybe you want to search that real quick? Will you see if
I
he's
went
in?
over it this morning.
He's not in.
I didn't see that.
Okay, I'll adjust something
you
else I
got-
have on him.
Your top 10's messed up.
I don't have him in my top 10.
How dare you?
Okay, here's some fun facts about 2025, and then we're going to roll into our picks.
Okay.
Men's podium last year, 3rd place, Eder, was 63:10, which is about a 4.5 hour spread between him and Dan Green. Okay, 4 hours, 23 minutes. Women's podium had a 16.5 hour spread from
Yeah,
Rachel
I remember
to
that, to Lindsay
Whoa.
Dwyer.
Lindsay Dwyer.
Yeah.
16.5 hours.
That'll be different this year.
Safe to say this year's women's will not have a 16-hour spread. And I think the men's, I don't know, we'll get to that might be right, actually.
It would have been so tough to tell the women's story last year with that long of a spread. Having
Yeah.
cameras 16 hours apart, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. I did the same thing, top 10. For the men, top 10. To place in the top 10, Jeff Garmeyer came in 10th last year at 77.5 hours.
Did he run 77?
Wait, he took what?
77:37.
He took what place?
10th.
Oh my gosh.
Is that where you have him?
I have him at 10th.
And basically a 19-hour spread between him and Dan Green. That seems more, I don't know. That also, I don't think will be that big of a spread this year. The women's spread, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do women's. This was the overall top 20 spread. It was a 26-hour spread.
Yeah.
So do we think the top, like the women's top 3 spread will be 5 hours probably?
I like that.
I guess it depends if Courtney and Rachel, they could go 1-2 and win by 10 hours.
They really could. I mean, that is
Actually, they could win by 16.
that's a very strong possibility. But I do think I'm a big Mika Thus fan.
Oh,
And, you know,
we are too.
2 years ago, she was
Mhm.
right there ready to run about 67 hours. And obviously takes that fall, has to leave the course, comes back, finishes, I think, on the podium, but, you know, in the
She
70s.
still got 3rd, yeah.
I think she's fully capable of running into the mid 60s. And then a wild card for me is Heather Jackson, who's like a
Mhm.
great professional in the sport, great results at Black Canyon. Javelina has raced at Western States, out at UTMB. She's got the physical talent to be great, but just like, as we all know, in these multi-day events, there's a point where like talent doesn't matter as much. It's more just like mental toughness and like how much do you want to be out there and push through the pain. And
Is Mika, is she ready to go? Do you know what's been going on with her the last couple of years?
I've looked at her training on Strava and it looks solid. You know, I mean, she's putting in pretty traditional like ultra running weeks, 80 miles, 15,000 feet of climbing, like nothing insane, but like consistent, you know. I was doing this on 40-mile weeks, so you can do anything to
Yeah.
get ready.
Yeah, Eder does that.
Eder
I'd
does
love,
that too.
I'd
yeah.
love to see Mika back in the top 5.
I struggled with that.
I just don't know because the last couple of years I haven't. I'm trying to think. When I ran Tahoe 2 years ago, she won the women's. She took 3rd overall. I was behind her a few
Yep.
hours. And I don't know if she's had that type of performance in 2 years. She's been dealing with some stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, another storyline for this race is, despite how talented Mika is, this race has always sort of had her number. And you could say the same thing about Killian Korth as well, like one of the best multi-day runners in our sport, Triple Crown champion, course record holder, fantastic Bigfoot, Moab, Tahoe last year, but like he hasn't quite figured it out yet, keyword yet, at Cocodona. So like two people who very well could be right at the front this year, but like they have to get that monkey off their backs.
They will be at the front, but for how long?
Yes.
I don't know.
I really want to see Mika
don't
do
know.
well, dude. Okay, so going back to the cutoff, if that is true, Dylan Harrison team are doing the chase version of the female chase. Who are your 5 athletes that they should be covering?
Courtney, Rachel, Mika, Heather, Meg Eckert.
Our top 5 are not the same.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those, I think they would be
Those
my
are the
picks
5
to
stories
be in the
follow.
stories. Those would be the
Not
stories.
assuming they finish.
That would be,
5.
if I was Dylan Harris, I would cover like those 5 probably.
How you feeling about Sally?
Top 10 potential. I think about Sally on the women's side similarly to how I think about Cam Hanes on the men's side. Like veterans, tough, understand the multi-day distance, I think are changing up the routines and or just like adding new pieces to their strategy to be solid at this race. Like, I mean, Cam just ran 2:39 in the
He
marathon.
ran a Finn marathon.
Yeah, he's faster than me. So, and he's 58. So, and he had an experience last year where I think he might have been running a little bit injured too, and still had like a
broken foot.
broken foot. Yeah, broken
dude.
foot. So, I mean, multi-day too is one of those events where like age isn't as big a consideration. Top line fitness isn't as big a consideration. A lot of it comes down to just like execution, logistics, how much you want to be out there, how much you can persist on day 2, day 3, averaging like 12, 13-minute miles. And I mean, I think Sally and Cam check those boxes. So Cam is kind of one to look out for though. Like
I'm very worried about him.
Worried?
You are?
Worried
Oh,
as
worried
in
because he's a competitor. He's a
Yeah.
competitor. Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
he could be a problem.
I would not have thought that 6 months ago or 3 months ago, but what he has done this year,
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's done for climbing. Maybe it doesn't matter. He's stronger than an ox.
Well,
He's freaking strong, dude.
yeah.
And he's fast, and everyone knows you get through the first 50K of this race, first maybe you get to Mingus, and you just got to log like 10-minute miles.
I mean, there are guys on this list who are absolutely in consideration for me to be competing for the win, competing for the podium, competing for top 10. And like on paper, like raw speed, Cam is faster than them.
I think Ross 10K speed. Who's beating Cam Hanes in a 10K right now?
On that list, I mean,
Killian's not, Jeff Browning's not, Mike McKnight's not, Versteeg, no.
I mean, I think
Max maybe.
Jeff talked about like his lift, run, shoot experience with Cam, and I think Cam was like putting him in the hurt locker on the
Cam
track.
drops everyone on his run.
Same
shoot
with
lift.
Killian.
Same with Rachel.
Same, yeah. So I mean, probably
Joe.
Yeah, I think Max, definitely Joe. Joe is fast. Joe has speed. Joe, Max. He's not on here, but Ryan Clifford, who also has really great speed.
He's on here.
Oh, is he? Okay, Ryan Clifford. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Maybe Adam Kimball. Maybe Cody Poskin. But again, like just the fact that we're even having that conversation
Yeah.
and comparing, like it's not absurd to compare, is impressive.
I mean, I know I'm not touching that.
No, he
10K speed.
dropped both of us. You guys, I find this to be very interesting. I didn't mean to do this. I just did all the men and all the women. I have Cam at 9th overall, or men's. I have Sally McRae at 9th.
Hey.
Average minds think alike.
Yeah. Average. Yeah. Y'all are average. It's great.
I was thinking, and I was like, I think Cam's got a top 10 in him this year. I felt that.
I think he does too. The dude is the most fit, strength, and speed he has been in his entire life.
And I still think it's true that, and again, I put you, Jake, into this conversation as well. I think one of the best ways to get into the top 10 at this race, and it worked for me the last 2 years, is just to like chill out on day one and have fun, knowing that after about Camp Kippa, so much is going to fall back to you, and you're going to get such a rise out of just like seeing your patience pay off.
But you were, I appreciate that, and that is great advice. But I believe you and Max were running in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th for 2 days.
I was at the end of day one, I was in 17th place.
Really?
Yeah. I came into Whiskey Row about 17th.
Oh, but you were with Max.
No, bro.
Max was ahead of me.
You were both in the aid station at the same time.
Okay, but I know for a fact that I came in after him. And yes, from Whiskey Row onward, I mean, we were back and forth through the Bradshaws as well, but Max and I were together, working together, picking off people until Sedona.
That's interesting. Because I remember being at Whiskey Row last year because we were waiting to pace. Got in there around 9, 10 o'clock, saw you come in, and I thought you were top 10, but maybe I misremembered that.
No, I was picking off. The only person to pass me after the first 50K was Eder Ramirez. He passed me just after Crown King.
And then you're just. I like the trail running phrase. They came back to me.
They will, and they will. And I mean, you have the experience at Tahoe from a few years back. So, and you had a great race there with top 4th, 3rd.
Yeah, 4th overall. Yeah,
4th overall.
down,
Okay,
yeah.
So you have that experience too, and like, I don't know. It's just, I mean, you just talked about the spreads earlier and how wide they are, and I don't know how much those are going to shorten this year. So just trusting that, like, if you just run a smart race, and all you have to do is average like 20-minute miles, and you can be well into the top 10, and it will come back.
You're gonna have to be careful out in the heat.
Yeah, that first day is going to be hot.
You're basically doing speed goat to start.
I feel like your kryptonite is going to be how extroverted you are and how social you are, and if you can just shorten the aid stations, you'll be a threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've talked a lot about aid station strategy. We purposely took it really slow at Tahoe and sat down and washed my feet and ate and talked and took a picture and did all that.
This time we have a separate pack.
We went pack swap, bro.
Good.
We'll have it fully built out.
Just don't forget the tracker. Make sure you swap it off the packs.
Yep.
Phone and tracker. That's the only 2 things.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to stay up past 10:30 p.m., my mind will be sharp, and I'll be able to help you swap that out. You know,
So
I got to at least have 7 hours. Of sleep.
Okay, I need a backup crew captain. Where I'm now accepting, handwritten letters. Okay, well, let's get into it, dude. Let's go.
We're going 5.
Go 10. You want to go men's top 10?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'm going to put out a public disclaimer. It's like in those medicine ads where like all the fine prints at the bottom, you like really like quickly read through it. There are at least 15 people on the men's side who are capable, I think, of podiuming, even winning. I do think there are a lot of candidates. So I'm putting that out there because obviously I'm making picks here and people are on the chopping block, but it's not out of disrespect. It's just got to pick. Got Joe McConaughey for the win in 56.50. So we are talking about a new course record at Cocodona this year. Second place for me is Max Jolliffe. Third is Zach Hauer. So that's my podium. Joe, Max, Zach.
Tell me a little bit about Zach.
Zach is someone who's got a collegiate running background. He's fast. He's another guy who I think if they did lift, run, shoot, Zach would beat Cam. Zach's had great results at Desert Rats. Him and Raj Paul Panu fought to the wire 2 years ago. I was in that race as well. Zach lost, but just barely to Raj. And you guys know Raj. You interviewed him. Fantastic runner. Zach took 6th at Javelina this year. So I think he ran 13 and change, super fast. And I think he's just been super smart in this buildup. Oh, got 3rd or 4th at the Big Alta 100K.
Okay.
So just
This
he's a threat. He's threatened.
His first multi-day.
Big guy, like he was like 6'3" too. So you can't miss him out there.
Big guy.
Big guy.
Long strides. They're
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. So Zach's a threat. People should know about Zach.
I don't know about that.
I'm glad you're telling us.
And you will. I mean, he's totally a threat. from like the more quote unquote traditional races in our sport, he's gotten his he's proven his worth. So anyways, Joe, Max, Zach, and then 4 and 5 for me are Eder Ramirez. Eder is just so consistent.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys know him better than I do. Like you interviewed him, like level-headed, just a good guy, has experience. Eder in 4th, and then Jeff Browning in 5th. And I think the thing I'll say about Jeff Browning is, I think it's I never want to bet against him. I am assuming just based on how the last 2 years have gone for him and where he's at in his career, I feel like it's a slightly different year than 2024. I'm not sure that he'll be the guy who's like leading at Sedona like he was in 24. I see him being more strategic this year, calculated, and he's the highest performing athlete who I see the race coming back to him for.
Jeff.
Yes. I think he maxes out that strategy in 5th place.
Do you have Killian Korth DNFing in Jerome?
No. No, I don't.
That's where he's got his allergy issues is in Jerome.
And I mean, here's like Killian is absolutely one of, I mean, there's, again, just to rattle through, Versteeg, Cody Poskin, Ryan Clifford, Kimball, Killian Korth, Jeff Garmeyer, DJ Fox, Jeff Peltier, Mike McKnight, Jake Kilgore. Like, these are all athletes who are talented and they have all the ability in the world. And like, this could be so interchangeable. Those top 5 are just my confidence.
Do you feel like there's a top 5 and then like the next 10? So like there's 15 and then there's like the 5 are like,
I think there's a top 1 and it's Joe and then it's everyone else. And I think if Joe loses this race, it's because he messed up strategy. But I think the next 2 to like 15 are all of a similar caliber. In any one of those.
You put the next 2 to 15 all the same?
Pretty much.
You put Max with, I mean, Max and Eder, sure. But you'd put Max with a DJ Fox or?
I mean, DJ Fox, I think DJ Fox is another guy similar to, honestly, Courtney and Rachel in terms of how much work he's done in the build up to this race just to get faster. Like he's talked about in his distance to empty interviews how much of a running race this is and how he had to become a better runner for Cocodona. So I think he ran 2:50 at the Tucson Marathon earlier this year, just to like get a little bit more footsie. Yeah, fast. And he's an adventure athlete too. I think he's probably dialing in his sleep strategy better. He ran the section from Kelly Canyon to the finish, the last like 40-ish miles, super fast. He finished just behind me in
he did
7th, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting that you would put 2 to 15 kind of all in the same category, I guess, because it's such a long race.
I kind of put Max a little bit above them. Like Max is really like another just like really fast, talented guy who I think just, he's won Moab, but he's admitted that he's never really had a 200-mile result that he's stoked on. And I think it's been just like foot issue stuff. He came into last year's race super fit, but sick, like really like, I saw it firsthand. I saw how sick he was. Yeah. And for what he was able to do getting to Wildcat 238 in those conditions was just mind-blowing. And so maybe Max is like 1A a little bit or 1B. But I see a lot of these other guys as like kind of like me last year or me 2 years ago.
Like the full-time.
They're like 65ers, except for Jeff. I mean, but I'm just guessing about Jeff. Jeff is now, what, 54, 55?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I mean, Jeff could... I never want to bet against Jeff.
No, he's hard to bet against.
Hard to bet against. He's just so not in whatever he might lose over 2 years, just in like aging.
Yeah,
he probably gains in wisdom. So,
who do you have 6 through 10?
6 through 10, I've got Versteeg, who is the ultimate toss-up because he's a killer athlete, but just like he's such a soul runner and vibes-based, you never know. Cody Poskin in 7th, Ryan Clifford in 8th, Kimball in 9th, Killian Korth in 10th. And I think Killian's running 68:10, so it's a 11.5-hour spread. I'm leaving off DJ Fox, Jeff Garmeyer, you, Jake, Jeff Peltier, McKnight. But again, like I'm probably stupid to leave any of them off because like Jeff Garmeyer, like all he's ever done in the last 5 years is like every single year running the back half of the top 10. So like I should probably put him there.
There's only 10 spots.
Yeah.
But this is going to happen in Western next year too.
Yeah.
As we just
this year. Yeah.
Someone is going to get insulted in this process because it's so deep.
I mean, the McKnight argument is like
dude
just came off of freaking Arizona.
Why, Mike?
That has to have some
Why
sort
are you
of
doing
weight.
the monster? Like, here's the thing, and I'm a big Mike fan. Like, he's, as you guys know, one of the nicest guys in the world. But like, he put it out there that he wanted to be the king of 200s again. You don't do the monster if you want to be the king of 200s. You do
Try to tell,
Cocodona.
man.
You
Hey,
do
Mike.
Cocodona.
I hope you got your confidence back on the Arizona Trail because you won.
Yeah.
Good
He
luck.
should be doing the big league races. Monster's not a big league race. Sorry.
Agreed.
That's facts, numbers.
But I mean, he obviously set a course record there, and I know that he's wanted to set the FKT on the AZ Trail for years. And if that's the goal, I mean, then absolutely that race made sense. But I don't think putting that stress on your body 6 weeks before Cocodona makes any sense to me.
Yeah, it made sense for him.
I mean, and again,
Yeah.
here, like,
we tried pushing him off it too.
for the record, like, I'm probably very wrong in a lot of these picks, including the Mike one. So, like, getting out ahead of this, I could be proven wrong.
It's all just fun anyway.
It's fun.
Who cares?
It's fun to do. That's what we do. Mick?
Okay. Guess what, guys? I did not just hurry and change my picks. I actually picked Joe McConaughey as well to win it. I think this is the year that Killian Korth figures out his breathing
Let's go.
and shows
Inhale,
the
exhale.
world that he can hang with all the big boys. Second place, Killian Korth. Behind him, Eder Ramirez. Number 4, Michael Versteeg. Number 5, Max Joliffe. That's my top 5. 6 through 10 was hard for me to. Well, these all were. I didn't know where to put people. I feel like they're going to be by each other. But I have Jeff Browning, Mike McKnight, Cody Poskin, number 9, Cam Haynes, Jeff Garmeyer, number 10. And coming in at 11th place, Jake Kilgore.
Because that is my number.
Yes.
It would only make sense.
Yep.
If I can't be first, I'll be 11th.
You take 11th, bro. I think there are faster runners than you. I think there's going to be carnage. And I think because of the carnage, you can work your way up and get that 11th place, position. Okay.
I'll take it.
Go.
What do you guys think about the runners that are full-time runners and then everybody else's? Because there's not a lot of full-time runners in this. Killian, is Joe full-time runner?
Joe has a coaching business and like a camps, and he's a race director. So I mean, Joe is
so
in
he's
running. He's in running, but he's
So
not
he's-
just an athlete.
But like Jeff Browning has a coaching business, but that just means you can full-time run.
Yeah.
We all know that. Max is now turned full-time. Those 4 is Adam Kimball. He's a coach and I think a full-time runner.
Killian, full time. Is Killian full time? Sweet. Yeah.
Killian, Joe, Jeff.
Oh, Rachel Encherkin. That's the big change.
Yeah.
She was a doctor last year, or a physical therapist.
PT, yeah. Okay. Here's my men's.
Give us the meat.
Because of the switch to full-time, I think that is a massive advantage. I cannot put 100 miles on these legs in a week because I have to, at some point, run a business. I just can't. There's just like no way unless I fully neglect the business more than I do now to run and podcast. I can't do all the stuff I would like to do. For that reason, I'm picking Killian Korth to win. I would say
All right.
that is a huge advantage that he has had on the rest of the field for 6 months. I think he's dropped his job. I think that's huge. He has trained more going into this race than he did going into Tahoe and the whole season. He doesn't have any race on his legs in the last several months. Like
Smart. Super smart.
I think he has approached this event like Rachel is going to approach UTMB. Like this is it. And he's got his sponsorships his full time. So therefore, I'm going to double down and push down. Like, yep, I think he figures out Jerome. I think he figures out I'm a full-time athlete.
Does this qualify me picking him second for if he wins this, a quick text to Mick with
Yeah.
a big eat shit.
Yeah.
Really? That would qualify?
Yeah. It qualifies.
Even though I picked him second in a
Qualifies.
very, very stacked field? Don't do that, Killian.
Yeah. I love his training block. I love what he's done. And I took Joe second.
Okay.
So we were all basically 1-2 Joe, Killian. Well, no, you took Killian 10th. Sorry.
Yeah.
We all took Joe 1-2. And then I went Jeff Browning third. It's a kind of a stretch pick, but I love the experience. I leaned in the experience. And I went Max 4.
Okay.
I would not be surprised at all.
That's blinking.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Max podiumed.
You got.
I'm going to get through these because it says that blinking, and then we'll swap it one last time.
You got Max beating Eder.
So I have Max at 4, Eder 5. So that's my top 5.
How dare you?
Yep. My next 5, I went with Michael Greer.
Wow.
6th. He has put a ton of training in, and his results are crazy good.
Yeah.
I went with a run of Michaels at 6, 7, 8. I went Michael Greer, Michael Versteeg, Michael McKnight.
Okay.
6, 7, 8 Mikes.
Okay.
And then Adam Kimball 9, DJ Fox 10.
Fun fact: the only person in this field to beat Killian Jornet is Adam Kimball. Tahoe Rim Trail FKT.
Dang, dude. That's something. Okay, let's jump into the women's real quick.
Yes.
I only did 5 women.
Okay.
Mostly because I think men are superior. That's mostly why.
Everybody knows you think this.
Yeah, it's just
You were canceled.
yeah, that's mostly why. Everyone knows that.
You're such a loser.
Okay, fine.
I'm here for the women's meet.
Okay, I'm playing. I got 10. Jeez, everybody, calm down. Finn, give us your top 5. We'll pause for a second to rehearse them, and then we'll go 10.
In perhaps the greatest matchup we will see across any distance event, etc., in our ultra trail running sphere, I've got Courtney Dauwalter beating Rachel Entrekin for the win. It's very close all days, not day. Mika Thusen 3rd, Heather Jackson 4th, Meg Eckert 5th, 6 through 10, Lindsay Dwyer, Manuela Valeska, Stephanie Rosebaugh, Lila Gaudreau, and Holly Stables in 10th.
Okay.
Do you have Rachel winning overall? All right, sorry, Courtney winning overall. Is she going to beat Joe?
I've got Joe, Courtney, Rachel as the overall podium.
Tough to argue. Joe, Courtney, Rachel.
That to
Who
me
do you have
is
second? Men's?
Max Jolliffe in 4th.
So he'll go 4th overall, second men.
Yeah.
The fact that he said on your podcast that he's running 130 or 150 miles a week, I'm like,
And in the middle,
that's crazy.
in the
dude.
middle of one of those weeks, ran a 2:34 marathon in Austin that had over 1,000 feet of climbing in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild. To my point, he quit his job and is full-time running.
Yeah.
You can't do that if you're not full-time running.
Hey, Cape Elizabeth.
You just can't. Is that your crib right there?
Yeah.
That's it. There
It's
it
my
is.
crib. It's where I grew up.
Yeah, I put that up for you.
Love it.
I have that hanging in my house.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Mick, women.
I have Rachel. No. What do I do here?
You can't pick her, but
So I'm not picking anyone for first. She won't let. She doesn't want me to pick her because we got like a good luck thing
from
going.
like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm not going to pick Rachel Entrekin to win a very close race with Courtney. So I'll just start with second place. Courtney Dauwalter is going to take second. I probably would have picked Courtney. I thought Rachel did very, very well in the head-to-head Keontae.
Extremely.
I have Lindsay Dwyer coming back. Podium. Heather Jackson 4. Holly Stables 5th. I have Mika at 6th. And I think she's talented enough to be in the podium.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's been happening the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Manuela 7. Meg Eckert. Sally McRae 9. And do you know this Lila
I do.
Godrout.
She's from Cape Elizabeth.
No kidding.
Yeah, she's from my hometown.
Oh, I'm like, watch for her.
Watch this space.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how this goes. I don't
Dating
think
back to October of last year, she's run every week over 100 miles except 97 miles the week of Christmas.
Wow.
I don't think she's run this distance, but I'm watching her.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. So yeah, I got Rachel taking it. She's not listening.
She's not. No, she is. Okay. I'll hustle through mine, and then we're gonna play a quick game.
Okay.
Well, I got comments. I got a number of things, dudes. Okay. I am going with Courtney 1, Rachel 2, Meg Eckert 3, Manuela Villaseca 4, Lauren Jones 5. From there, at this point I'm just guessing. Heather Jackson, Mika, Sally, Holly Stables. You know.
Well, we're all guessing.
I'm kind of just, yeah, but I mean, you don't feel like you're guessing too much if you're like, yeah, Courtney, Rachel, and then some guesses.
Well, shit happens, man.
Yeah, which is fine too. I do think that Courtney, Rachel go 1-2 overall.
Okay.
I think they push the pace, and I don't even care what order they go in 1-2 overall. I think they go 1-2 overall, and that's the storyline leaving this race.
They're both such they're such good runners too.
Yeah.
And they're good at surviving multi-day.
Yep. I just don't think that there's that level of athlete on the men's side. I don't. I think that they're a cut above the dudes on the men's side. I do.
You could be right. Hey, man.
Max and Joe are the closest to that level of speed and strength and experience. And then, Killian's come off Triple Crown. But I just don't I think those two are legally our own, dude.
I would say just one thing to add about Killian, because I really like Killian as a person, and I love what he did with the Triple Crown last year. I know he's had the allergy issue on the course, so even though I only picked him for 10th, nothing would make me happier than to see that win happen or podium. I think it'd be really cool.
It would be cool. And you know who I had winning this race a month ago? Was Kyle Curtin.
Yeah.
That's who I had pinned as that's probably who I'm going to pick. I probably would have picked him.
Yeah.
Bummer. Ankle and
freak accident.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Cam's going to be in that top 10 conversation. Ryan Clifford, is Cordis Hall still in?
He's out. He's hurt.
He's also out. Okay.
He would have been a good candidate too.
Yeah, I had him on my list. Okay. I've got a quick game.
Okay.
That's why I had to turn the TV off. And then I've got a couple comments and we'll wrap up. Quick game. It's been a couple weeks since we've done this, but I'll set the format. You two will deliberate and pick one. Keep 5, cut 5. You're going to keep 5 runners that Jake Kilgore will beat at the Cocodona 250. Then you're going to cut 5. They're like, no, Jake got no chance of beating them.
So if we cut them, they're beating you.
Yes. If you keep them, you're keeping them because you're trying to keep the 5
we're working together on this.
You're going to settle up. So I've got the 10 in order.
Let's go.
Already. Lock in. Number 1, Cody Poskin.
Cut.
Yeah, cut.
Eder Ramirez.
Cut.
Adam Kimball.
What do you think, Mick?
Well,
I'm just intimidated by what could be down the pipeline here.
Here's the thing. I picked Jake 11th, and I did not pick Adam in the top 10.
Yeah, let's keep them.
So therefore, keep.
Let's keep.
Okay, I will mark it down. Keeping Adam.
Plus, we have to do 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Yep, because there's only 10. Number 4, Michael McKnight.
Keep.
Oh, you're picking Jake to beat him?
Oh yeah.
No pressure.
Well, you two got to decide.
Well, we have to do 5 and 5. So eventually,
Okay.
Yeah, I feel good about
that's scary to be like, yeah, you're gonna go beat Mike McKnight. But I don't know who else you're gonna say.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna keep him.
Okay,
You're riding
he's very
You're
confident.
riding with Finn.
Okay.
Okay. This one, we may have to tell you who this guy is, but he knows. Carson Albanese. Why don't you tell Finn who Carson is?
Yeah, he's no joke. I'm gonna say keep.
Okay, but tell him why we know him.
So
And our listeners.
this was the showdown at Tahoe.
Okay.
We were at
He-
mile 150 together.
I think I remember this. I was dot
He
watching.
he could not drop him. He was coming for him, and I
Great.
was like, dude, this is scaring me.
I love these matchups within the races. That's cool. I like that.
We turned. It got dark. We turned our headlamps off because we knew he was coming, and we didn't want him to.
Keep.
No, he's not beating you.
Keep.
Okay.
He can. He's good.
You can, but keep.
We
Keep.
left the aid station together. I was with my pacer. He was with his, and it went to a single track, and he notioned, like, go ahead. And then I took that as like, okay, we got to bury him now then. And we've talked since, and he's like, yeah, I think I made the mistake of like, I thought you'd just go too hard and you'd burn out, and I'd catch you in the last section. And so he's like, if I could do it over again, I would not have let you go ahead of me on the single track at mile 156. Interesting, right?
Okay, so we've got
Rematch with Carson.
how many do we have?
We've got Kimball, we've got Carson, and we've got McKnight.
Yep.
Okay,
And
so
you got 5 left. Got to
Okay.
keep 2.
I'm nervous about that McKnight one.
Jeff Garmeyer.
Let's get rid.
Okay, cut.
Cut.
I have him ahead of you
Okay.
by 1 spot.
Cam Haynes.
Oh,
Okay.
I think this is going to be a great matchup.
Okay, hang on a second.
I think Cam,
We have to
Cam
be-
and I might be going for first Masters.
We have to be strategic about this. How many do we have left?
4. Because you cut.
you
Because I picked Cam to beat him for
Yeah.
real, but in this game, we have to think of like, is
is
he
like
gonna?
Joe McConaughey left
Yeah,
on
is
the
he
board?
gonna? That's what I'm saying. Is he gonna drop a?
Max or
Yeah,
Killing
like,
But
okay,
you know,
so-
DNFs happen.
yeah,
So like,
that's for sure.
yeah, like you've won that matchup if it's a DNF.
So we've all,
I did write that down. I should have said that. If that person DNFs, it's a
Yeah, it's you. Yeah.
okay. So hang on a second. If we say you're gonna beat him, that leaves how many in a row?
that would leave 3, and you got to keep 1. Right now, there's 4 left. You got to keep 2. So 2 out of the next 4 you got to keep.
You pick because I picked the McKnight one. So you're
You okay? There's still Eder.
No, we did Eder, bro. We did Eder.
you did Eder.
You already cut Eder.
Oh, we already cut Eder.
You've cut Cody and Eder
And Jeff.
and Jeff Garmeyer.
Yeah.
And there's still Jeff Browning out there, because I think
Let's
let's keep him
keep. Yeah.
because I have Cam at 9 and Jake at 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
know,
Anything could happen
Yeah.
there. Okay. Keep Cam Haynes. Jeff Pelletier.
Okay. I mean, here Jeff is also really talented. Like
He's a great. Yeah.
he's really talented at Moab podium. Was running down Jeff Browning. So, but I see that like you, Jeff, Cam, McKnight. I see a lot of fun, but Carson, I see him in that space with you guys all days.
we're keeping.
You're
Keep
keeping him?
So we just picked all our keeps.
I know.
Okay. So the last 2 you're cutting. Michael Greer
Oh,
Okay. Well, you picked him to
Okay.
finish 6th. So
Yeah. and DJ Fox.
okay.
I think
I
those
thi-
2
I think I'm
probably
okay.
beat
It's
me.
not bad.
That's a pretty good squad. So
maybe
we
the riskiest one is McKnight.
Yeah.
yeah.
and Cam.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're
I
all
mean-
they're all
Yeah,
good. They're
but
all
the
good matchups.
risky-isk.
Yeah.
He's saying that.
The 5 that you kept that you're saying I'm going to beat on this game: Adam Kimball, Michael McKnight, Carson Albanese, Cam Haynes, Jeff Pelletier.
I feel scared about Kimball because I actually think Kimball's really really talented too.
So it's just for the sake of this game only.
Yeah.
We're hoping that they drop.
Yeah.
Mick is clarifying. Okay, on to the comments from last week's pod. Real quick, We have this comment from @Sean Lawn. Sean Lawn 71. Re-Lyte is one of the best. Redmond salt, I believe, is mined from the salt lakes in your area. Some of the purest salt on earth. Only salt I use. Their electrolyte mix is all I use daily. Way better than Limit.
Wow. That's like a ding off their teeth. That was like a presentation.
That was like Re-Lyte wrote that.
Yeah.
You Re-Lyte fan? You use Re-Lyte?
Yeah, great.
Okay,
Good
well,
stuff.
we've got some stuff for
There
you.
was hesitation. So you don't
Yeah, there was
use it.
hesitation.
That's fine.
He's like,
Have I used it? No, but I own it.
he was reading off of a card. He's like, I use it
I
every
love-
day.
There's a
I
gun.
love
There's a gun. I love it. Yeah. Well, we've got a Re-Lyte box of goodies for you to take home
Sweet.
and try out
Okay.
and use. We have said it before. We became huge fans probably. Well, I did 3-ish, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I use it at every race. I've been using it 2 to 3 times a day for the last week because I've been sick. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to I got to double down on the Re-Lytes.
Dude.
The electrolytes. Hit them. So cool comment. This comment I posted on our story, if anybody saw it, over the weekend from @JWSXYZ. Just if anyone's keeping track. You guys and Cam Hanes are the only people I've seen who didn't get butthurt about the Nike ad. I respect you for that. As a guy who spends a lot of time walking on his runs, I liked the ad. When I walk during my runs, tolerate is a great word for how I feel about myself in that moment. I'd rather be running, but I have to tolerate walking every once in a while because I can't always run the whole thing. For me, the ad feels like it is pushing me to train harder. Right now, I can't run a full marathon without walking, but I want to get to that point. For me, Nike's ad encourages excellence, which in my eyes is exactly what running brands should be doing. Thoughts?
I think there's a whole category of the road running community that's like very invested in qualification culture. So like getting your Boston BQ, stuff like that. And I think that ad speaks to it. Tracksmith did a similar ad, I think 2 or 3 years ago, where they were marketing this shirt that was only for people that could get a BQ at Boston. So saying we are for them,
Yep.
not here. And I mean, I think whether or not you agree with it, it's cool that they took a stand and positioned themselves pretty dramatically. And I mean, proof's in the pudding. Like you saw, as soon as they put that ad out, Hoka, Ultra, Adidas, like you go down the line, they all had like responses, I think in the opposition, but like it was so compelling that they were forced to like react to it.
Do you think it was the other brands that compelled them to pull it down versus some Karens?
I'm trying to think of why they would take it down or what compelled them. I don't know enough about why they took it down. I wonder if the situation would be different if they didn't. I just think news cycles are so fast that whether or not they took it down, it might have just, we would be moving on to the next thing already.
What was your reaction when you saw it?
When I saw that ad, my reaction was they are speaking to the people that like care about standards, I guess. And like, that's cool.
To the competitors, maybe.
Yeah, to the competitors. And like, there's a competitive side of the sport and there's a participation side of the sport. Like people that listen to this podcast, they care about hearing our thoughts on like the front of the field at Cocodona. But then there are people that don't tune in because that's not what they care about. And like, I don't know, same thing with Singletrack. So I don't know, it didn't bother me. Yeah.
I thought the comment was awesome. I loved, it's easy to hear from the people who have the loud voice, or maybe the runners who run fast and qualify. I enjoy getting comments on the other side that are like, dude, I walk and it does not offend me. Similar to our podcast, which picked up a lot of steam last year with the whole joke about I'm here for the men's meet.
Yeah.
It's like, I love hearing from the women who are like, that doesn't offend me. Like, it is more natural for a guy to be like, that shouldn't offend you, and like telling people what should offend you or not.
I probably walked about 50% of Cocodona last year.
Well,
and it doesn't offend me. I walk most
I
of my
can't wait
races.
to walk 50% of
Yeah,
Cocodona.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, when I ran my first marathon, I remember we had a coach come in and talk to a bunch of people who were running their first marathon. And he was like, yeah, my strategy and advice would be you walk every aid station.
Mm. See, I think the reason, again, this is just me guessing, I suspect one of the motivations for putting out that ad was because all of these other brands have started to introduce super shoes into the market, and they're making stuff that's getting as good as the Alpha Fly. And this was them trying to gain market share back from people who are in that crowd. That was my guess.
Okay. Mick?
I feel like a sign at a race does nothing for me. I don't care. Like if I see a sign that says "Great job, runner," I'm like, cool. It doesn't do anything for me. So therefore, if I see a sign that's saying something like this, I'm like, I don't care. Like there's nothing in me that's just like, how dare you? Like I don't care. I don't get super hyped about a sign, and I don't get super low about a sign. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I could look at it and just be like, oh, they're just being funny. And then I just move on with my day. But this culture of like everything offends me and I'm taking it personally. I can understand after listening to some people talk about it. I can understand why they're saying that. But I personally just don't. I don't get into that.
Yeah.
I really genuinely believe that they were trying to talk to people who were deciding between super shoes, and just because of what's going on, the conversation turned to whether this is about like access for people who are like trying to get into the sport and jog steps versus walk. But I think that they probably thought we're competing for people who are looking at Hoka super shoes and Adidas Terrex super shoes instead of ours, and we want you to know that we care about how serious you take this.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my guess.
Okay. I also have a book for you.
Sweet.
Have you read this book yet? New York Times bestseller, Trial Running.
Did you spell trail wrong?
Okay, not New York Times bestseller, not even close. But I think we've sold 100 copies. I probably bought them all and gave them away.
Sweet.
Trial Running, Persevering Through Life's Aid Stations, the Jake Kilgore story. This is paralleled with the 100 miler of I'm Tough. So every other chapter is the I'm Tough 100. My experience there. Mick was there as well. And then the odd chapters, my whole decade-long battle with the Department of Justice, the FBI, prison, and all the goods. So I've got a signed copy for you, Finn.
Sweet.
We got the book. We got Re-Lyte goodies. It's been fun, man.
To choose from here.
We got shirts.
You got to pick your size.
Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us for half the day. I guess
was
we didn't
blast.
get any work done today. But
Thank you.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks,
So-
guys.
Finn Melanson, everybody. This has been another episode of The Next Aid Station.